St. John's on a Saturday night. We're here for the Tim Hortons Brier. And Alberta are the Canadian men's curling champions. Last season, they did it all. Brier winners, world champions. Kevin Cooey's team conquered 2016. Now the three-time national champs start their run for number 4. He too is a Brier champion. 2006 winner Jean-Michel Ménard hopes to regain his title-winning touch this week at Mile 1. It's a solid Saturday night matchup. Team Canada, Quebec, draw 2, Tim Hortons Brier. It opened in 2001, the Mile 1 Center. Beautiful facility. Why Mile 1? Because this is Mile 1, St. John's of the Trans-Canada Highway. Opening ceremony this afternoon. Thunderous applause for the hometown team, Brad Gushue. They also honored the 2006 Olympic gold medal team, of which Gushue and Mark Nichols were part of. Look who's there. Russ is there, and Jamie Korab, Mike Adam. Also the big surprise, Jack McDuff, the 76 Brier winner in Regina, suffers from MS, along with his teammates, Toby McDonald, Doug Hudson, and Ken Templeton, and of course, the best picture of all. Then in draw 1, Newfoundland and Labrador on the ice, Gushue against Alberta and the all-rookie team, Brendan Botcher from Edmonton, and it was, you can see the scoreboard there, tight 5-5 until 8. And this really does break it open. And this brought the 7,000 to their feet as he draws for 3. And Newfoundland Labrador will open with a pressure-packed win. Also winning today, last chance qualifier, Jamie Murphy, Halifax. He's into the field of 12 as he beats Yukon. Northern Ontario, Brad Jacobs, slow start, fell behind 3-0, comes back to beat John Morris, and Manitoba wins by 1 over Saskatchewan. As on this Saturday night, we say hello, Canada. Welcome back to St. John's. Cheryl Russ alongside. Well, here he is, Cooey and the team, Team Canada. They've never done that before, and it's very hard. We know if you're the defending champion, to get prepared, to get your reps in. Are they ready? I think they are, and it's because of what is at stake. This is a team that needs that excitement and that adrenaline to get prepped. Mark Kennedy said it best, when you play events week in and week out, it's really hard to bring that excitement all the time. This is a team, though, that needs that adrenaline. When we saw when they had it, they walked away with a $75,000 check at the Pinty Skins. Jean-Michel Ménard is here now for a 5th straight year as the Quebec champion. The concern for him has to be that his last competitive game was the final of that provincial, January 15th.
That must feel like last year for these guys. When you're this competitive, this talented, you want to get big games, high-pressure games on good ice. They haven't had that for 6 whole weeks. That is the concern. Other than, these are veterans, Vic. No better example of that was in the provincials in Quebec. They took the scenic route, as they said, lost a whole bunch early, came back 7 straight victories to win the province. They'll be fine. It's all about being conservative early, though, against this great Cooey team. So that is our feature on this Saturday night, Team Canada against Quebec.
The support we've had all year, really, since we knew we were going back as Team Canada has been great. Yeah, it's a little different not having the Alberta colors on this week, but these colors look good too.
Very strong teams from every province, so it won't be easy, no easy games. But no, it makes it more rewarding when you win a game, and for whoever will win the Brier, they'll be able to say that they won it in one of the deepest field in history.
We had a great year last year, and to cap it off with a World Championship, Brier Championship, it was amazing. Hopefully we can do it again.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it.
There are just 3 games on the ice, and they're all the teams that did not play this morning, but Nova Scotia. He comes in, of course, Jamie Murphy qualifying, and now this is game 5 for him. But first in the main draw, New Brunswick and the Territories. And of course, our featured sheet is Team Canada against Quebec. And it's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I'm Kevin Cooey, skip of Team Canada. Our lead is Ben Hebert, second Brent Lang, third Mark Kennedy, and we curl out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary, Alberta.
Hi, my name is Jean-Michel Ménard, skip of Team Quebec. Playing lead, Philippe Ménard. Second, Éric Sylvain. Vice, Martin Crête. And we curl out of the Etchemin Curling Club.
Okay, so if you are Quebec and you're looking for little things to get yourself going here, this is a big one. They win the draw to the button. So they do have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones. Team Canada playing red, and to get us underway, the Team Canada lead, Ben.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that a little thing. I'd call it a big thing to have hammer against this Cooey team. They're one of those teams like a Gushu, like a Jacobs, that they get a couple points up early, and it could be a long evening for Quebec. So really good draw to the button there, and they're off to a good start here. And they're the type of team. It's going to be interesting to see when they decide to go after Team Cooey.
What's he doing?
This doesn't seem to ever get old for Quebec. I ran into them all in the elevator, and I'm like, this is getting to be old hat. And they're like, this is so exciting for us to be back. Their passion is
Good away.
so great at this game, and just to be back here all the time.
Good away. No.
I would consider them weekend warriors. You know, they can't, life gets in the way. They can't be at it as much as a Cooey or some of the other teams. And
Shot, Phil.
but they want it every bit as bad.
He let it go and said never, but it didn't do anything.
You know, he looked like he hesitated. That first stone from Hebert ended up top 8, and it was as if he thought about, do I leave it, play a corner?
Yeah, exactly.
But then he rolled it to the edge of the 12, and now they'll hang it on the edge there. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. And we'll start with Quebec and Jean-Michel Ménard.
Well, to your point there, that's exactly what happened, Jean-Michel. He's been around forever, and it's go with your heart. Make that decision, just like you just saw. Do I play the draw, throw up the corner guard and get into it right away, or do I keep it clean for a while? He'll know inside. But the only thing that he has to remember, and I'm sure he will, he's playing the world champions here, so do not get too aggressive without the advantage of last rock later in the game.
And he himself is a world champion, of course, from 2006. And for Team Canada.
Well, I think it's going to be for Team Canada to get a feel out there. It's been quite a while since they've had a real game, so get comfortable and get your sea legs. And then this is really a new start, a new season for them. I think this team has worked all of the last season with 3 goals in mind. The Brier, the Worlds, and the Trials.
Keep going.
Good for you. Sea legs. We're right on the very good.
Up 4.
Keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
You live in Alberta. What's the sea got to do with it?
Ça tacle aussi.
Because I never see it, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quebec with last rock, Éric Sylvain.
J'aime wait. Pas être patient. Wait.
The general manager at the Saint Michel Golf Club.
I'll have a grabby.
And now this is just a
Mais on doit voir ça.
walk down the ice.
No.
Non. Eric.
As we say good evening to Kathy Gauthier.
Well, for Jean-Michel Ménard, that last rock advantage is going to be huge to him. He talked about wanting to be able to dictate the style of play, to keep it simple for the first 2, but he saw something this afternoon, Russ, that you talked about in your opening that he thinks will be a distinct advantage to his team. And that is that he felt the ice was a little bit straighter today than is typical in the first game, the first day of the Brier. He feels the little bit straighter ice means that he doesn't have to fight and worry about where that break point is. And that is a disadvantage to teams like his that do not play as much as a team like Cooey.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. I really do. It's we talk about all the times that teams that play in arenas, basically a full diet of arena ice. that big finish at the end, they're just so used to it. And I don't know how many times I've mentioned the Eastern teams, for instance, that don't play on the surfaces anywhere near like that. It takes them a game or 2 or 3 to get at it. So yeah, this would be a little bit more like what they expected.
That's not to say, Cheryl, that we didn't see curl. We did see lots of curl.
We did, and we may see more tonight. That's why I think both these teams will feel it out a little bit, because I know it was straighter this afternoon, but that was the first draw, and so Jamie may have tweaked it a little bit, and it could have more. So I think both teams will just settle in and wait to see what they get.
What's that? Should be the same.
To that point, Cheryl, Jamie Barraza did say between games that because of the opening ceremonies, it sat for a little while. And he said it always straightens out when it gets a little bit stale. And we talked about that in the opening. And I think we'll see a little bit more finish than we did this afternoon.
What? You, Kings.
I think that's what, Russ, even some of the better teams, they adjust to the changes, because the ice is going to change all through the event, and it could be whether it's frost or a morning draw or a night draw and an extra end, and it's sludgy, and that's the best. Skips really watch what's coming down at them, and they do adjust.
Easy.
Martin is a 5-time Quebec junior champion.
And he was almost the hot shot champion.
He got to the final.
He did.
Yep. Control. Yep. Whoa.
I got her.
Whoa. Try and get her over here, Benny. Your nose.
Shot, Mark. Good, Mark.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on this team too, Cheryl. It's constant outturns. I'm not throwing them under the bus. They're so good at it. And in this case, doesn't matter. So whatever you want. But it's unbelievable how many outturns they'll throw during this week.
Shot.
Do you think that's a result of what
So same.
Kathy was referring to, the fact they might play on straighter ice?
No,
Or is that just a preference?
I think it's a preference, but I also think it's a habit.
Okay.
I think you call an outturn draw for your lead, and the other guy throws a lead. Next thing you know, you only know the outturn path. And, I've talked about it before, and then Team Quebec will show up and make the best intern you've ever seen in your life. So, but they do play a lot of them. I'm sure a team like Cooey's got that figured out, and will try to force them to the intern.
Throw, Kev.
Nice, Kev. Good throw. Compared to get more.
Commencez tout de suite de même. Intern normal.
Normal? Sure.
What did we hear? Just, hey, you know what he said? Just to prove Russ wrong.
Yeah, I heard
That's
that.
what that was.
Your French is good, Vic.
They're good.
Never fails it.
That Russ.
Just so he quits talking about it. That's funny.
Get away.
Normal.
Okay.
Good away.
Whoa. Easy, Rick, easy. Ciao, Jim. Ball lancé.
See, you should have thrown the outturn. You would have stayed.
Carol, what are you done?
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Ball lancé. Same or you want less? I want the same. I want to see where it ends up. Same ice.
Really good idea here.
What did you get,
There's 2 schools of thought here where you should move the broom around and get a feel for a different lane, a different path. But Kevin's more worried about making sure these rocks are identical. Yes, he's used them in practice, but in their game situation, throw the exact same shot. The brushers can really get a good feel here.
Same line.
We're good. That now familiar Cooey delivery where he lets go and then gives it just one last touch. And you're just so worried that he's going to have the violation.
Double clutch.
There's the reconfirmation. You heard Mark say that definitely curled more, Vic.
I thought, oh, we might have a little more line here.
It's there easy.
Now, did this get wider than your other one? It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like half a rock?
I don't think we were, if we were into the 12-foot, we were just...
I think he noses it.
Curious that he goes with the outturn this time.
Well, to be honest, I think that this is the more important of the two shots.
Hit him.
Okay.
All right, bud.
Mark Kennedy seemed to think that he was going to nose it, and he did. It's an early mistake. "44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2017 Ford Escape SE in the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. The number whittled down to just 2. And in the final, Martin Crête from Quebec faced off against Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs. And the skip from the Sioux, well, he came to play, scoring a total of 21 points, including a 5 on the Around the Horn triple. Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on a 2017 Ford Escape SE. And let's begin our updates on this Saturday night with Kathy. We'll drop in on the game between New Brunswick and the Territories. Mike Kennedy against Jamie Cooey.
This 4 set up by a really nice shot by Jamie Cooey on his first. He ran a stone back and soft enough weight to roll his shooter into lie 2. And so that is why there is 2 stones facing New Brunswick. This is the 4th.
And in a 6th Brier appearance for Kennedy, New Brunswick has never won a Canadian Men's Curling Championship, and that will get them off as they pick up the single. Our featured game, Team Canada against Quebec, unforced errors. Wish there was a way really to track those kind of things, because that was an obvious one for Quebec. You're looking for the blank, control the last rock, and what do? You hit and stick. So forced to take 1. Quebec gives the last rock to Team Canada and Kevin Cooey. So they have the hammer here in this second, playing the Redstone.
I found it really odd on his last one that he didn't play the intern blank, because it's a shorter roll out for a shooter.
Good point, absolutely good point. And he's thrown it, but again, I think
Right.
he likes that outturn more. But that might be a byproduct of that 6 weeks off. You know, it's hard to just to get it going right from the.
Martin Crête with a big scrub trying to hold this, and they avoid the jam and roll it out.
C'est son dernier bout.
Glenn Howard and the Ontario champions pick up a single with last rock against Nova Scotia and Jamie Murphy. Mentioned that Murphy's already now game 5, but first in the main draw after he came through that qualifying tournament. Won earlier today over the Yukon.
Hard, Mark. Real hard, hard.
You know, we talked about Quebec and their lack of prep. Russ, I'm wondering if early advantage, and we'll keep an eye on the game, of course, would be Nova Scotia advantage of Ontario, the fact that they've already played 4 games.
No question about it. You play a normal Bonspiel and you look at it and say, hey, they played twice, I've only played once. Like, people complain about that. 5 games before this is their 5th as Glenn walks out there. But, you know, when you've been in as many Briers as Glenn has, that should be an equalizer. But you're right, Nova Scotia has all those lanes and rocks figured out.
Grab the center line.
And reminded, too, that Kerry Galusha from the Territories went on a bit of a run after coming out of the qualifying tournament at the Scotties, and then eventually just sort of petered out. He got so tired.
Oh, she did. You could see the emotion started to get to them, the highs and the lows. It just makes it so much harder.
Hard, Mark.
Mark Kennedy.
Whoa, okay. Whoa. Past it. Okay.
A couple of over curls here in a row for Canada.
He's tight, and they're curling a little.
Kevin and Mark having a long conversation about Langer's results there. Is it because he's starting it? Is he throwing it lighter? Is it the ice?
Good weight.
Oh, no, you're full.
Easy.
No.
I spin no. Spin beaucoup.
Okay.
Okay. Start.
I think that's one of the keys to Mark Kennedy at that position is, you know, Kevin himself is a pretty quiet guy, not a lot of information. I think Mark has the ability to pull the information out of him that he needs.
Well said. That's exactly right.
I think I need. Oh. I think that's max.
Me too. So help me understand something. Indication is that Kevin Cooey wants to go back 8, back of the T line.
Because the guard's so close,
okay.
If Mark does the traditional thing, top 8, top 4, then that run back's so short. If the run back's made perfect, then Quebec's buried. Give it a little bit of distance here.
T. Hey, room. Langer.
It's top T.
Hard then. Get her behind the T.
It is. It's got to curl a mile.
Hard brain, tuck the piece. At least T line. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Good throw, Mark.
Nice weight, Marcus.
Sweet, guys.
Yeah, with the way Brent's curled on both of his interns, this looks like this was a little bit straighter with the out-turn coming in.
Bon, venez. J'aime mieux ça, je pense. T'aimes ça? Oui. Oui. Un peu encore. Same way? Yeah, same way. Ah oui, t'es bon.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Philippe Ménard.
Yep. Hard. Yep.
Across the nose and roll it. No, they'll bang it right on the beat.
Okay.
What do you guys think with like an easy
Board, yeah.
Good sweet.
Yeah, that's too much.
With easy board.
With board weight, that's too much ice. We just watched him throw like heavy board.
Okay.
Make it a little less.
Just a little bit. I think that's close, eh, Langer?
Boy, that was a little bit.
It's not giving a lot.
No.
Both teams finding it a little straighter than they guessed at here.
Solid board.
Well, this is basically Mark's intern, so you might get a little bit more
Away.
movement.
Away.
No, we're on the nose.
Whoa!
We're not.
We're ready, Ben.
No, we're right in the nose. Okay.
Sure are.
Talked to Brad Jacobs after his victory. He missed something like 4 of his first 5 shots, then came back and played brilliantly. He said that's exactly what happened to him. In practice, it was really hooking. All of a sudden, it was straighter once the puck was dropped. And it's just the teams are going to have to figure that out.
Bumper, let's go.
No hockey this week here at the Mile 1. The American Hockey League St. John's Ice Caps. 6-game road trip for them as they are currently in a playoff spot. They're in Toronto, actually, for the weekend. Play the Marlies today and tomorrow.
Bumper, bumper down. Whoa!
Yeah! Whoa! Yeah!
Skip Stone, Jean-Michel Ménard. And his brother's got him. Boy, this might be, if they can hold this. Problem is, can they hold this? No, they're just going to get a piece. And they're going to lose both.
Might have been more weight down than anything.
A lot lighter than I think they expected.
Yeah, I think they cut the ice for board weight.
I like it. Thoroughly, I like that. Not that easiest spot anyway.
Not that Team Canada's played great by any means, but Quebec looks rusty. They really do. Their weight's been a little off. Can't quite get the rim in the right spot.
Ouais. Surtout ce côté-là de la ligne, un peu.
Ouais.
But, that's just understandable. That's 6 weeks off, as Vic mentioned.
Sa ligne.
Coins du bouton, je pense.
It's for both these teams. What are they playing? What have they been able to play in? You know, they couldn't get any spiels to play in. No arena ice.
Clean it. Yeah.
Kathy?
Boy, in talking to Jean-Michel, the only games that they played, they had a couple of scrimmage games against Pierre Charette, and otherwise they just threw. And when you're just throwing rocks, it's pretty difficult to pick up ice reading skills.
Glad That's so true nowadays. You have to be so precise. You've got to bring the brushing in when you're doing those practices. And if the surface isn't like this, then you're really not learning anything.
No, I mean, I know Cooey's team had, I ran into Brent Lang flying to Calgary on Monday after the Scotties, and he was going there to do a couple days of intense practice at the Glencoe Club.
Mine's good.
That's why the hammer was so important, I think, for Quebec. And they're not sharp yet, but they're up 1-0, so there's no panic here for Quebec.
Adler, up un petit peu, les boys.
Wow, je me suis...
Adler, up un petit peu.
Good pitch.
Oh, good weight. Ciao, Jim.
So Team Canada, your defending champion, Quebec qualifies. Again, they fell behind early in their provincials. I think they lost the first 3. Then they ran 7 straight. And the final was a win over Martin-Ferland.
Yep.
They played that at Lévis, across the river from Quebec City. But again, back on January the 15th.
Clean! Whoa!
Easy, Benny.
Clean!
Final stone.
Clean, good throw, Kev.
And here it comes. No mistake. Team Canada gets the blank.
Clean the whole way. Hard. Clean it. Clean. Just clean.
100% so far, and still perfect. 2 more, Alberta, Newfoundland, Labrador. They are sitting shot wrong. Steel point to tie. Kevin Cooey. Heaver. Pick it, and he does. 7-5.
Hard, Benny.
Make this run back, stick it for 1. Maybe get the blank. You're going to catch it. Yes, you will, and you'll get it to the back and add 2 more. And Alberta are the Canadian men's curling champions. The win over Brad Gouju in the final, as Kevin Cooey wins the Canadian title a year ago in Ottawa. And now he begins defense of his title on this Saturday night in St. John's against Quebec. Quebec forced to take 1 in that first. The blank in 2 means that once again, Kevin Cooey will have the last drop here in the third, playing the Red Stones. Our cameras are how you see everything at home.
4, top 8.
Canada's most comprehensive curling coverage. Our first day here in St. John's. And this Tim Hortons Brier.
No! Whoa!
Got something going now, though.
Sit, whoa!
And that little rub and roll off.
Fuck's sakes.
Just in between there. They were hoping it was going to die. If they'd known it wasn't, you want to brush that a little farther.
Bum. Yeah, bumper up.
Let's go, bud.
Good way.
You know, it's been you said a shaky start for Quebec. So early numbers through 2. Philippe Ménard is perfect.
Hard fill.
Eric Sylvain throwing right now, 50%.
Okay. Super foul.
Martin Credit third, 75. Jean-Michel Ménard, 63.
Right, yeah. That's why I thought hammer was so huge, because you normally do that against Kevin Cooey that starts off with hammer. You could be down 4-0 by now. But Cooey's team hasn't been perfect either, but Quebec has to look at it as glass half full. They're not playing great. They're up 1-0. And they'll turn it around here. It just takes an end or 2 usually.
Okay.
I think the best chance for Quebec is early against Cooey, because they are trying, I think, get back and settle in and feel comfortable out there. That's when you might have a little bit of advantage. Problem is both teams are trying to do that.
In fairness, too, yeah, we walked in here yesterday. There was at least 7 feet of curl on the draws. Now it's closer to 5. We all knew that was going to happen, but it's believing your eyes, isn't it? It's having that confidence to take that berm up and not overthrow it.
Ça s'en vient. C'est correct. Au moins 3, je pense. Au moins 3.
Non, t'as raison.
Même là, s'il y a
3, bien pas.
La ligne est bien belle. Si tu peux, retiens-la. La ligne est bien
Non, tu
belle.
peux pas vraiment.
Over and off.
On est pas mal au même spot qu'elle était.
C'est gros, ça. Good.
Poignée-là, marche pas.
Ouais, ça.
What do you got?
Les lumières.
Quarter.
Ontario and Nova Scotia as our first look at Glenn Howard in now a 17th Brier appearance against Jamie Murphy out of Halifax, Kathy.
And it is a force, and a lot of that generated by a really nice come around by Richard Hart on his second, and then Nova Scotia started peeling. And so for Glenn Howard on his final stone came in. This is a draw to the lid.
Curling.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, and that'll go too far for the steal of 1 after the measure on those 2 in the 8-foot. Steal 1, Ontario.
Ben tight comme ça, s'il fait le run, nous on peut runner aussi.
Yeah.
That would be something I think they'd have to guard against Nova Scotia and Murphy. Just that little bit of a letdown.
Oh, for
Remember,
sure.
last year they lost in the qualifying final to the Territories in Cooey. This year they win. It's big for them to get their blue nose back in here. Now you've got to keep the momentum. And
Well,
Right.
Cheryl, it's almost like they won the provincial final this afternoon.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they're definitely in, for sure, nobody can take it away, in the Brier when you've got an hour and a half to let that digest. It's tough.
It is reset for that in such a short time.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
mentioned just the 3 games on the ice. Let's drop in again, New Brunswick and the Territories. New Brunswick, and that, of course, is Mike Kennedy from the Capital Winter Club Fredericton, putting all kinds of pressure on Jamie Cooey from Yellowknife.
Well, he is. He made a great draw on his first one to the 8-foot, facing 2. Jamie tried to draw and was well short of the house. But then Kennedy gave him an opportunity in sliding deep on his second stone. So if he can come down to it, it is for the single. But he does need full 4.
Come on, guys, go.
11th appearance at the Brier for Jamie Cooey. And that bit too short, kicking it away, steal 1, New Brunswick.
Huh? He's just forcing it. I don't think we need to force like from Mark's hack. Let's see.
We're just like, we're one kind of miss away from blocking off both sides, right? Like there's no hole here is all the only, if you like
no, I was thinking high and maybe get them all and maybe bump this in.
Okay.
That's the way I liked playing it. Or we could try your shot. I think board's max. I think you play hack and just roll, even if I roll to the 8-foot.
It's a little, haven't seen many in here with that weight.
Or with board either, though.
Yeah. Okay, if you like that, I think you got to play it a little high, though.
A little high?
Yeah.
I got room to make it high? Yeah, I think so.
I think I like that. They looked at that in turn, I guess, for Mark's out turn and playing a roll, but you don't have a lot of it, and the weight you'd have to throw to get enough of a roll. So this would do a couple things. Open it up, you get rid of the one on the 4-foot.
Yeah, they don't want to give up a steal at this point. That yellow Quebec stone's in an extremely dangerous spot.
Yep.
Mark Kennedy.
Whoa,
Evert.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Now run it back and
Right out. Get out of there, Kev.
spill 1 and spill 2.
Good, Mark.
Still though, it is Quebec. The shot stone back 12, and it's covered
Pretty good now.
behind that corner.
It's good he didn't roll and leave these staggered, Vic, but at least both reds are accessible and he can run them back if Quebec makes a good come around here.
Yeah, we always talk, Russ, about that control zone.
Yes.
Those stones up there are yours. That's a bonus.
Yeah, if you could take a snapshot again with the great players on the great ice, if you could take a snapshot of that 3 area, that the tightest free guard zone area, halfway through an end. If you're in this situation like Canada is, you're in the driver's seat.
Sign. First. Left. Whoa. Sign. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Éric seulement. Éric seulement.
À cœur là.
Correct. Elle est creuse.
Finish it. Finish it.
Creuse en masse. Laisse-la aller.
Finish it.
Yep.
Martin Kret
Good sweep.
around to the top edge of the button.
That's pretty perfect. You got as much separation as you could without
Might as well
slipping
throw
behind the
the
tee
same,
line.
eh?
Let me ask you something. Maybe it made totally off base. Okay, so now that's what the result is here. You run it back. Would you, if you were Quebec, ever played around the corner again, given them the opportunity to go behind? If they go deep, then you cap it?
Oh, yeah, but you're hoping Mark Kennedy goes behind the tee line. Yeah, yeah, good luck with that. But no, you're right. That's not wrong. Ooh.
And across the top.
Come on.
So now,
Sorry, I thought we had the nose.
look at up front. Stagger.
Not a good leave. But they thought they almost had that where it would have rolled and stuck on the outside 12-foot.
Unlucky. They hit this thicker, that rock stops there, buried. If they hit it thinner, they make the yellow double. It was right in between.
Right over top.
C'est rapide.
So now if you're Quebec and Jean-Michel Ménard, you're given a nice opportunity here. Although you don't have last rock, you have a staggered set of guards there covering the edge of the button and forefoot.
Just played it too. There's no reason why this won't be close.
Hard line!
And now Sylvain, boy oh boy.
Ça a passé, non?
Looks like it picked, I think.
It had to have.
I think it did.
Look at the line.
And they're cleaning up behind it, so I think it did.
On va penser à notre affaire, là. T'étais-tu en dedans de la
I
traque?
hate to see that.
Au départ, je trouvais
First
pas,
one we've seen
honnêtement.
so far. Both
Au
games.
départ, je trouvais pas.
Yeah, we haven't seen any picture,
I
right?
got Benny there.
And he got to here with
And he got
heavy.
with a bounce. That looks close, eh?
I don't mind. I think it's max, but close. With your 8, I think it's good.
I think it's good for my throw, yeah.
Okay.
Me 8.
Voici 80 à 100.
Puis, c'est sûr que tu étais moins positif que qu'est-ce que tu as lancé là-bas.
They look a little confused though, Cheryl, so maybe it didn't pick.
I don't know. Ben went up and cleaned right behind the path of the stone, so
True.
wondered if that was
Benny, it's a little bit faster than your shots.
why.
Today, sure, but very similar.
Early room! Early room!
Wait only, guys. Whoop
Room,
it down.
guys!
Line's not bad, but room.
Room!
Here had been,
Lots of
he
room!
would
Wait
say
as
would
long as
like
you
to
can.
go.
Wait's
So
perfect.
There it goes.
Get ready, Benny.
You can wait
You're
still.
going to have to get a T line.
Go ahead, guys.
now they got him.
Go ahead, guys.
Keep
Get
going.
it. Go,
Ebert.
go, go, go,
Keep
go.
going.
Never stop.
Hard.
Never
Lots
stop,
of room.
Never stop. Never stop.
Never
Never
stop.
Never stop.
Hard.
Oh, and some late licks, Ebert, and they'll drag it to the top edge of the button.
Good shot.
Knowing
not as much-
exactly when, sorry, Vic, knowing exactly when to brush is the secret there.
No, from that angle, it's almost totally buried. But I don't know. You're right. There doesn't seem to be as much curl.
No,
as
not
you-
at all.
Put the broom there. And
You have to get a T line.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, guys.
Keep
Get it.
going.
Go, 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 go.
Keep
go.
going.
Never stop.
Hard.
Never stop. Never stop.
And then
never
they
stop.
did, and now
Yes.
goes back on it.
Good shot, Kev.
Mark Kennedy said that was max ice, but for Kevin's throw, Kevin throws a little softer rotation, so but it still didn't go till it got to the center line. I thought they might freeze right down on this, Russ.
Yeah, that's a good point too. You could really, you could actually steal if you get it perfect.
Make the draw real tough for 2.
Final stone, Jean-Michel Ménard. Sylvain has got him. And this is going to be a fight here. Get by one of them. You got anything left? Yes, you do. And you're going to bump it out the back. Oh, and yes, you do.
That's why you don't freeze. Did you make that?
Great brush. Eric Sylvain.
Oh, you thank your brushers all day for this. Motivation is your third yelling like that.
Wait, Kev, board?
Hack. Heavy hack.
Yeah.
You know, you think about his first one, Cooey's first one. They got by those guards by a lot.
Yes.
If you could have tightened up the ice, that stone would have been a little bit more hidden.
Exactly. Yeah.
Facing two with his last.
Clean. Clean, clean, clean. Nice throw, Kev. Good shot.
To even it up through 3 on this Saturday night, our first Saturday here in St. John's. The Mile 1 Center here in St. John's, and if you're a first-time visitor, sometimes you may hear things you're going, what? It's time for a Newfoundland English lesson.
Who knit you? Well, now that's a term that's used by the locals here to ask the question where you're from or who are your parents. You usually get the question when you've done something really good or something really foolish, and someone will, in response, say, who knit you? When I was in grade 6, I accidentally fell in St. John's Harbour. This was in March, myself and a buddy, and we were jumping aboard a boat and back on the wharf, and then the wind just came and shifted the boat just as I was to make the leap on the boat, and I went down right into the water. And there just happened to be a longshoreman there at the time, and he reached down, he pulled me out and gave me a kick in the backside, said, get home to whoever knit you.
Who knit you? Sometimes you don't want to answer that.
That's right.
True.
We're tied at 1 here in St. John's. And the Tim Hortons Brier. We were all looking so forward to coming here for this year's Brier. Great anticipation. Wonderful start earlier today with the opening ceremonies. And then the opening draw here at Mile 1. Our featured game on this Saturday night is Canada against Quebec. And here in 4, it will be Quebec and the team from the Etchemin Curling Club in Lévis. It does have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Yep. Yes! Okay, pull up.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we're going to try and play the tick. Lost it.
Do we, though?
I like don't, and he freezes on ours.
Take it here.
That's what we think. But I got to throw the
I like the freeze, but
I don't hate that.
yeah.
Right to it.
New Brunswick against the Territories. And again, New Brunswick with some pressure on Jamie Cooey.
Well, for Jamie, he stuffed the first one, and where the stone has wound up, he's trying to play the really hard hit and hope that in rolling he can push the other red one out far enough to count 3.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Oh, not quite.
I think it was there.
Just one.
Just the one, thanks, Kathy.
Brilliant try.
I don't think it was there.
You know, I was getting there, Kathy, eventually. You just had to give me a second.
Well, my mother dropped a couple stitches knitting me, so.
Get back there.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Never up.
Keep
Never
going,
up.
Benny.
You gotta
Benny.
Benny. Benny, go.
Really?
Go, Benny. Go.
That's good, Langer.
I was going to say something about wool, but I'm not.
That rock's terrible.
It is. You just sometimes you listen to the dialect and you go,
Yeah.
That's good. Pardon.
Yeah.
Easy, Rick.
Go, Rick. Make it good.
Easy, Rick.
We're looking forward to a fantastic time here in St. John's. Eric Sylvain.
Easy.
Eric gets the first 2. He might even get the one in the rings.
Okay.
Okay.
Start it up, I think. So.
Missed it the wrong way. Rolled over, protected the reds.
Why? They just
Yeah. Look at all the prints already, eh?
Yeah, sew it up anywhere. Halfway.
Okay, so what do I got to trust for speed here? That's 5 feet slow, that rock, I think. Yeah. So that was back 8. Yeah.
14.5 to T-line Langer.
Langer just said, look at all the prints, meaning footprints or knee prints. mostly footprints. The players perspire so much when they work this hard with the brushing. It's easy to transfer right through the shoe.
If the air is warm.
Hard then. Keep her going. Line's good. Keep her going.
Keep going.
And considering how hard they brush and the amount of pressure generated through their feet to the brush.
Good shot.
So guarding here, trying to set up a possible steal, Team Canada.
I can't touch your broom.
No, you get disqualified.
Soit ça ou en clair jaune-rouge. Moi, je ferais rouge-rouge, mais si j'aimais mieux jaune-rouge.
It's interesting there. It was just that's part of the new rules, of course. You are given a brush. That is your brush. You have to use your brush. Now, they may have overstated it here. I can't touch your broom. We're going to be disqualified. But the brush you're assigned, you have to play with. Remember last year, we're seeing them exchange brushes up and down the ices. They were saving brushes for the late ends. That's all gone away, of course.
No. Saving the sharp one.
Look out.
Okay.
Runs everything by and now leaves that shooter out in front. Look at the stagger.
Yeah, you do. Freeze now. Go low on ours. Just get one right in there, top 8. Yeah, Mark. Top 4.
Ontario, Nova Scotia blank the third. It remains 2-0.
It's going to be second
Glenn
shot.
Howard ahead of Jamie Murphy.
Yeah, lose one in there. Top 8. Yeah. Right in there, top 4.
You're going to leave.
Just got to dead bury it, so we can't chase it. What do you like, Kev?
I was just thinking here.
Okay. He's going to load it up soon.
Him.
Good call,
I don't hate this.
It doesn't hurt to get another one in there.
Well, even if we lock it on ours onto the back one.
You know, the thing is, and we've often talked about this, reading another team. If I'm Kevin Cooey, I'm looking at this struggling right now.
I got tight.
Quebec side and saying to myself, I want to challenge them with every shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep putting the pressure on.
That's that gut feel we talked about, Cheryl, where you vote with your heart here. These teams have been at it for so many years. You get that sixth sense sometime that, oh, this could be the move right here.
Right up, right up. Go, 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 go.
Wow.
Good shot.
Good throw.
Very nice.
Right under their back.
Wrap it around.
Good shot, Mark.
And basically what you're saying is, all right, Quebec, all right, Marc Ancoret, your turn.
Here's some pressure. Now deal with it.
Good throw, Mark. Good sweeping. I didn't love your rocks in practice, bud.
Yeah, you thought they would go straight.
Got to go every inch. Got to go every inch, guys.
Right
go.
to it.
Go. You got to tuck it. You got to go.
Still trying to figure out these rocks. You hear a lot of talk about one a little heavier, one a little straighter.
Kevin said good throw, Mark.
Good way. Easy. Yeah, go, Jeff. Whoa. Yeah.
Sylvain again, trying to save something.
All right, whoa, hold up.
And double tap. And only got caught. Little jam. But look where the shooter rolls to.
Well, that's pretty good. It's at least half underneath.
And that left-hand red is exposed.
Yeah. You could chase it.
Pretty nice considering what they were looking at.
I think it's this.
No kidding.
Think it's him? I thought it was us on the board. Play the same shot and bury it.
Well, you could backline chase it, boys, if you want. It's not easy, but it's there.
I think this is the call anyways.
Okay.
You just play it. I give you a little less ice. You like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Same weight. You like it, Brent?
Sure.
You like this call here?
6 of one, half a dozen the other. If you chase the yellow one, it's a tough shot to make it. If you tick that yellow guard in, you're not
The only
happy.
other thing's the chase.
But then, even if you make it, you might have Quebec come right around like Cooey's trying to do here, bury it, take away all the red ones. So I think this is the smarter play.
He goes in there even if you chase it anyways. Let's do this.
Yeah, but at least it's open.
And they know it to come around tap right there.
Similar weight, boys.
Same weight, Mark.
Yep.
This is knowing your opposition and what they'll play.
Well, then again, it's also putting the pressure on them, keeping the pressure on them.
I got more.
Just try and bite the four.
Okay,
A
weight's
little
there.
hotter under the hand.
Don't kill it. Put it there.
Got
More
some
room.
more.
Back 4.
T-line.
Gotta stay shot. We want to.
I don't know where to go here.
It's a little hot.
Try and put
Bury
it.
it.
Stay with it. Gotta be shot.
It's got to be biting the back four, Benny.
Yep.
Keep going. Keep going. Go.
And to the back four they go.
Got Marcus. It's pretty good, Mark. In there.
Have a...
Soft double.
Une gosse de plus. Juste pour dire yeah.
Peux-tu
mettre un draw en premier?
Yeah, I'm not sure the doubles there, but the hit and roll would be.
Okay. Safer too.
What, the hit and roll in?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, to make the thin double, Cheryl, the guard certainly comes into play. You tick the guard, you could give up a bundle.
And you hit it too thick, you go over top of the back one. So now they're just going to play the freeze in there.
Un peu up.
Easy.
Reste avec.
Même
Reste
track.
en dedans. Easy.
Pas même track.
Up. Whoa. Line's good. Weight's good. Yep. Hey, look. Line's good. Let it go.
Sylvain. Philippe Ménard.
Go, boys. Go, guys.
Oh, there's a big carry here. This could be sweet if they've got enough.
Go.
And they don't. They'll get it there for second shot. Dropping in on Ontario, Nova Scotia. Ontario with one in the first, Steele one in the second, a blank in third. Final stone on the way now for Jamie Murphy.
And this end controlled very much by Nova Scotia, line 3 the entire end. And Glenn Howard came very close to making a triple on his final, but he stuffed one of them, and that is why this is a draw for 2.
I was mentioning earlier, Kathy, about a possible letdown by Nova Scotia coming off that.
Oh, sure.
Really, that final. Have you noticed that a little bit?
You know, interestingly enough, the first 3 ends, I would say yes, but this end was all Nova Scotia. They kind of got that second gasp of air.
Short. This is probably it here.
That was big for Quebec to get second
I
shot.
can get this.
So
I
know you
Coui's got to worry about
I think it's a shot.
a run in by Quebec.
But a rub is not good. I mean, if I get to there.
What does he have here? Benny! He doesn't have a lot here.
If I miss it, I make that double easier.
We want to get basically the line right to ours, right?
What are we trying to do?
To me, that looks like max.
I think it's good for me.
Okay, good.
Dangerous little shot here, and Kevin explained it perfectly. If it ticks the yellow coming by, there'll be a pretty short double to sit. Probably looks like 3 possibly for Quebec, 2 for sure. So you want to somehow sink this past that yellow one. There's not a lot of real estate. They do know it though. Mark put it there.
They do. Freeze right down to the face of that back one.
Line's good.
Don't get to me. Wait only.
Weight's good.
Line's
Skip
good.
Jones.
Top 4, top button.
Line's good.
Kevin Couy.
Weight's good.
Get a little tight.
Top
Where's the
4.
weight?
Weight's good.
Top 4. Line's
T-line,
good.
top button. Top button.
Room.
Benny, it's yours. Benny, it's
You gotta
yours.
go a little bit.
Top button. Go ahead.
there.
Well, it's
Whoa,
there, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Whoa. Don't get to it. Don't get to it.
What a shot. Oh, look at that. Over curl.
Nice, Kev.
The calmness of Mark Kennedy. Watch how close this gets.
Benny, it's yours. Benny, it's
You gotta
yours.
go a little bit.
Top button. Go
It's
ahead.
there.
Well, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Whoa. Don't get to it. Don't get to it. Oh.
What a shot.
Good sweeping.
So if it ticks, it's the simplest double in the world. Now you're shooting against 3.
I didn't want to overcurl because of the corner guard run.
Yeah.
But
We've seen tremendous growth in this team. When we think about that first year together, and they really struggled. Then, of course, the switch, and Brent Lang goes to second, and Mark Kennedy. It's an evolution, obviously, but how Kennedy has fit into that third position.
Well, you know, and it was 2 things that happened with that. I think that Ben and Mark had played front end together for so long that maybe they needed a little bit of a mix-up to kind of get that re-energy for both of them. And also, I think Mark Kennedy is so good for Kevin Couy. He just, as we said earlier, brings out, makes them talk, makes them communicate.
Jean-Michel Ménard. They had developed habits, the two of them. Kennedy and he going back to their Martin days. Now, can you get something here? Maybe a little bit, a roll over, and not quite.
Yeah.
Bon lancer. C'est pas tout à fait aussi vite que le reste, selon moi.
No.
The only shot that would work for Quebec is that yellow center line stone. So if they guard that.
Right here, isn't it? Because if they throw it hard enough, it's for 3, possibly 4. I think they might be able to squeeze that in on the outturn side with Quebec's last shot.
Oh, that looks pretty easy to me.
What about using the red just in front of the tee line on the left side in the 8-foot, coming in that way? Could you do anything?
Yeah, you could come off that in.
You remove all 3 of them?
Yep.
I don't think. I think this one's in the way, Vic. I don't think you can get that thin enough. Close, though.
Boys, you go right here. You guard them both.
Yeah, they're worried about the run on that right hand, the yellow guard too.
If we're really good.
Or you line it up if you put it right there. You can't freeze it, Marcus.
Okay, so here's close to taking it away, boys. Really close.
I think we just guard it, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be quick, though, guys.
Like,
no, I mean,
I don't want to get it
go in there, you make it easier.
where he, like, I can just about make it easier for him,
If he can nose it.
Yeah,
if you don't get buried. Okay.
I'm with the skipper
I
in
mean,
this
even
one,
if
Cheryl.
we're just showing
Long guard,
him,
halfway guard.
if we're showing him part of that, it's still.
Yeah. You don't have to play it that tight, though.
Do you like the same ice, or do you think that's max?
Where's
for
your
this
spot?
rock?
Halfway?
A little. I'm playing it 2/3-ish.
Pick your spot, and I'll tell you the ice. I think you want to be here for 2/3. Close?
That type of thing. They talked about bringing it maybe into this area, which would stop the second best option for Quebec to come in that way. But A, that's a tough shot. And if that red one ever ends up maybe here frozen, it could make it easier.
I want to have weight that we can tuck a piece.
Okay, so you're going to be like 3 feet heavier than me and on the same line pretty much.
So that you're liking that.
I like that broom, Kev.
Tuck a 1/4 inch of this to stop the red one being raised back onto the yellow.
Tight. Line's good. 2/3.
But you don't want to overcurl and leave it exposed either.
Clean it.
2/3. Line's good, guys.
It's not going to undercurl.
Line's good.
Whoa.
Line's good. Can you take it away?
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
No. Hard,
No,
Benny.
no.
Yep.
Kind of like that.
Pretty perfect.
Sorry.
You watch people draw the button, make a triple, whatever it is. You remember those. Those are just as hard. That one right there. Perfect line, perfect weight.
Don't you get people all the time who don't play and just watch on TV come up to you and say, it's remarkable what they're able to do?
Oh, no question.
You know, you say bump it back an inch or so, they bump it back an inch or so.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Yellow's still there.
This is only for 1, so they guarded the right shot, didn't they, Cheryl? And then this is tricky, too. You get to the nose of this one, tap it back, you won't be shot.
Of the 2 yellows, they're going to tap the one on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little high side to the button.
It's a little tougher angle, too, though. If it overcurls, they won't score. If it undercurls and it's heavy, it'll go right through.
I don't really remember seeing much out here
No,
either.
True. Could be a bit of pebble here because of that.
Right now, Team Canada is hitting 2. Final stone, Jean-Michel Ménard. Sylvain, Philippe Ménard.
C'est correct, les gars, c'est correct.
Oh, it's going to be crashing all in front. And bang, there it is. So there they are. 2 kicked away by Crete. Steal of 2, Team Canada. Here in the 4th. They're just not figuring it out. I think it's fair to say one team looks sharp, the other does not, and you only have to look at this draw by Kevin Cooey to know which team is the sharpest.
And when you said it best, Vic, when you know that and you're a veteran like Cooey, you take advantage of it. You start to get it more aggressive and really put the pressure on the team that's struggling. But look at this, the line call. Calm, calm, calm. Get it by a quarter inch. Perfect.
That resulted in the steal of 2. The key shot is brought to you by Cashmere. Nothing feels like Cashmere. The Tim Hortons Brier. We are in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. 3-1 now. The defending champions lead over Quebec.
Mark, help him if he needs it.
And it will be Jean-Michel Ménard from Lévis. That does have the last rock once again here in 5 playing the Yellowstone.
Cool, what the hell is going on there?
I'm not seeing that big a difference.
Yeah.
No, we just told you that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you blame a spot in the ice on the rock, and it can be very dangerous. We used to pride ourselves in being able to read the rocks, but sometimes when a rock does that, like Benny's, you're saying, oh, there's a cutter, there's a bad rock, but it might have just hit a little different spot in the ice, a little bit of a hill on the edge of the 8-foot. So it'll be interesting to see how they figure out Ben's 2 stones.
Oh, Ben seems confused. He's asking skipper, what's going on? Is it me? Is it the ice?
Encore?
C'est bon. Travaille fort, hein? Good.
Good sweep. Yeah, this will go a little bit. So JM's curled a little bit. He did.
New Brunswick and the Territories 2-1. It is New Brunswick's Mike Kennedy from Fredericton leading. Get the feeling they're playing a little slowly. They're way behind the other 2 games.
They are, and there have not been an excessive number of rocks in play, but there have been a lot of discussions, particularly in the last end or so. This is an opportunity for 2, but he cannot hit it on the nose. That will not give him shot. He needs to roll and avoid the jam.
She's going that way.
6th Brier appearance for Mike Kennedy, a Canadian senior champion with Wayne Talon, and who won the world senior title as well. Just a couple of years back.
Whoa! Yep, roll it! Roll it!
Oh boy. Now have a look. That one?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not close.
That hit a lot less.
You sure, Kathy?
Check these two.
Absolutely sure, Kathy?
Well,
Those 2 aren't close.
Oh, don't back down, Kat.
To me, if you look at that, it looks red all day.
It is. There you go.
Thank you, Cheryl. Lost my confidence for a moment.
I had your back.
Thank you. That's why you skipped, and I just threw wherever you put the broom.
Who knit you 2?
They're proud of us.
Yeah, they were crocheters.
Same shot. Il y en a moins. Non, ouais, same way.
Same weight.
Non.
Juste cleaner.
Good weight.
Okay, attends un petit peu.
Attends, faut que ça curl.
Easy, Rick.
Martin, faut que ça curl.
Go. Yep.
T'es dans le café encore.
Yep.
Trying to cover their stone in the T-line 12-foot.
Arrête dans le grain de café.
C'est beau.
It's crazy talk.
Là, faut faire un mot dans la...
Give it a go.
Guard for him.
Okay, I'll be safe. Yeah, sure.
You thinking out?
I think so. I think it's the only way to make it.
Yep.
What they're getting at here is give it a go. When you play these run backs, if you ever stuff it or just miss the back one, leave the red guard, you could set up a potential 3 against you. So Mark's saying I'll be safe, and he's so accurately with these that he can miss it by a hair in the right direction and still move that guard.
Fred Lang, run it back. Oh boy. And just runs it by, and he spills over to grab the top of the 12.
Good throw, man. I had to be close. It just whiskered the back.
It did. It was so close. Not bad, though, where Mark's rolled to. It's a short run. If they get anything back there.
Backline.
Presque coin.
Backline?
Ouais, backline, t'aimes ça? Ouais.
Because of that short distance, they're going to play like a backline board weight, I think, and just try and get a roll in.
Try to keep the yellows separated because of this, the hitting ability of Team Canada.
But Mark's shot rolled to a perfect spot. It's short enough to use.
Oh, est supposé être un peu fort.
Easy, 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 easy.
Hack!
Yep!
Oh, way good! Way good!
Yep! Yep! Woo!
Yes! Yep, 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 yep.
Sylvain on this stone from Martin Crête.
Whoa!
Oh, again, and across and underneath.
Go, go, Jam. Go, go,
What
go,
a
go,
beauty.
go, 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 go,
I
go,
tell
go.
you something, that
Good shot.
Eric Sylvain has brushed a wonderful game so far. His numbers overall are 47%, but the brushing has made up for it.
Well, that's what you have to do sometimes. You might not be bringing your 85% game, but you can bring another 15 with the brushing and helping your other teammates out.
I think so, Kev. Right? I mean, just scoreboard, like.
Roll to the back four and see what happens.
Yeah, it's
the roll, yeah. It's not like he can hit and roll under. We'll have a 3-4.
Here, up a sliver.
Good control.
Thought they might play the run as you suggested, Cheryl. This one's obviously easier. Try to roll, shrink the scoring area, get those two yellows a little closer together.
Control.
Close. Close.
Just control.
Whoa. Whoa. Anything, Brent?
That's fine.
Sorry, boys. Any curl, she's money.
Yeah, they really did want to roll in.
Some of the Gushu game too out wide did. They kind of stayed there.
Straight double. Non, j'aime ça, bon. OK. Plus de contrôle.
Let's go.
Can almost use the one that Mark threw as a bit of a stopper or a catcher.
Good way. Now. Close. Hit it. Hi, Rick. Hi, Rick. Let's go. Go.
Over on the corner. And we'll just bump it back.
Side of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that in or out?
Out. Think I need the in?
Keep it higher? I'd like to see the in, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you okay with that?
Yeah.
I'll hit him all the foot. Or hitting him all
7.
the way over there with Peel. What do you got, Koo? Maybe?
Hard.
Hey, what's he doing if we nose it?
I think he just draws back 8.
This way?
Yeah, he draws the house.
You heard them say in-turn or out-turn. You hit it, let's say, at
What do you want to
a
see?
third of or half a rock with the in-turn. It's going to be more than that, maybe 3/4 of a rock. You're going to roll this way with the in-turn. You're going to roll that way with the out-turn. A little bit different angle because of the gear effect.
Whoa!
This gives him a higher roll, but he has to throw it harder.
Whoa! Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
It's a good board.
Just threw it through any curl.
Ah, il va, là.
Hits are running poker straight here. It's fooling everybody.
On a assez comme ça?
Yeah, we've not seen an over curl on really anything from control weight up.
D-line.
It's interesting. That's exactly what Mark Kennedy said. What happens if we hit it on the nose? Well, they're just going to go back 8. That's exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah.
It almost looked like it picked after the hard line.
Michel?
Ouais.
Sur le T-line?
Curious, usually by the 5th, you've had a team would say, you know what, we've got this figured out, this ice. I don't think they feel like either team, Cheryl, has it figured out.
No, because they've talked about handprints, and they wonder if things are picking or if it's catching something or just curling there. So still a bit of confusion. It is the first game, though, the ice surface trying to figure it out.
Back 8, pas mauvaise.
Good way. Clean field. Clean, s'il te plaît. Yep. Yep. Cargo field. Cargo hard.
Philippe Ménard. Oh, no. Well, just rub and roll it in to sit the 2.
They were not worried about that at all. They just went sideways.
Okay.
You said earlier about the rust, and this may be an indication of it.
Je pensais qu'il était back 8.
The T-line.
I'm going to throw it hard, but
I think these are easy.
anything that's not going to run quite as straight.
Right. Like it's going to end up where you throw it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So How's that?
I like it. You're going for what?
I think you're looking for a thin half.
Yeah, you're right, Vic. I think it's. Brutchers thought it might have been a shade heavy, so they were a little bit nonchalant on the line, hoping not to overbrush it and put it in the back 12. But that curled way more than they expected.
I don't think it should be good, eh? I know yours come up a bit.
Yours won't curl like mine. It might curl like an inch, Kev, at the most.
This turn, it'll kick lower, as we just talked about with the gear effect. So I would think they need at least half. They're talking about a thin half. Gotta be careful not to go underneath here.
Final stone for Kevin Cooey.
Never!
Trying to get himself out of some trouble here.
Come on.
Got one. Come across. Oh, and underneath. And doesn't tap it far enough. So it sits there on the edge of the 8.
I think they could have, well, obviously hit it thicker, but I don't think they thought they had to hit it. They were thinking thin half, and that's about what he hit.
Looked like a bit of ice for what I figured he was going to be throwing weight-wise.
You know, the other thing, too, is, Russ, we talked about these stones being Canada Cup stones used at the Brier a year ago and how lively they are. I haven't seen much of that today. I don't know why. Do you think they're what we've come to expect from these stones?
I think so. I think it's something to do with the surface too. We noticed that last week in St. Catharines, where the houses are a little dead. It's maybe more the ice than the actual stones.
Line's good. La ligne est bonne. Ça curle pas mal moins que l'autre. Non, ça curle pas en fait.
You're given this opportunity now. You have to make the most of it.
Wait, t'es bon.
Jean-Michel Ménard. And he'll draw the back of the button for a couple. We're halfway through. We're tied at 3.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
Here's our feature on this Saturday night. Second draw, Team Canada against Quebec. Quebec missed the opportunity for a blank in that first. Had to take one. That steal of 2 you thought would be the difference, but then again, Team Canada made a mistake. So we're tied at 3. Jean-Michel Ménard is the skip of this Quebec side out of Lévis, and he's with Brian Muldrow.
Jean-Michel managing to tie it up after 5, but early in this game, some uncharacteristic misses from your team and some tricky spots with rocks and the ice. What are you seeing out there thus far?
Well, I think both teams are trying to get comfortable on the ice. There's a few tricky spots that we've found, and no, we're not fully 100% confident with the weight and the brooms so far, but hopefully things will work out our way for the rest of the game.
You've been to many Briers, 11, I believe, in total, many appearances across Canada. Opening ceremonies today, where did this one rank compared to the ones you've been to before?
Well, that's one of the top. Honestly, it was pretty neat to see all that crowd for the opening ceremonies and what they did for the Jack McDuff team and honoring also Brad's Olympic team. So they know how to arrange a good thing over here in Newfoundland.
How do you hope to pick things up in the final 5 to get some more consistency and get things going against a very good Team Canada?
Well, yeah, we better do it because we won't be winning the game. But it's just a question of being comfortable over there. And we've found maybe a few rocks that weren't reacting like we hoped they would have reacted. So we'll try to match them up and get a draw weight. That will be important.
Merci.
Merci.
And the numbers will back up what Jean-Michel said. Not very comfortable. Personally, just curling 60%. Eric Sylvain throwing second stones, just 58%. But the all-important numbers, the score, we're tied at 3. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
Brad's team could definitely feed off a ton of energy from the building, but there's going to be a lot of distractions too, and a bit of extra added pressure. You know, if anybody can do it, I think Team Gushue is well experienced and prepared for something like this.
the fans can certainly make it an advantage. You know, I always found the toughest game at the Brier was one when you had to play the home team, because you knew that some of your misses were going to be cheered, and even when you made a great shot, it wasn't going to get the applause that you would normally get. So I certainly hope that all the teams this week find it a challenge playing against us.
And that will be the feature tomorrow when Kathy and Brian join you 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Mike McEwen against Brad Gouju. Both of them coming off wins this afternoon. McEwen a 6-5 win over Adam Casey in Saskatchewan, and Gouju in his opener with that 3 in the 8th to break it open to win 8-6 over Alberta. We're tied at 3 as we welcome you back on this Saturday night. First games for both these teams after having the afternoon off. And it'll be Team Canada that does have last rock, playing the Redstones here in 6.
I think so.
Well, both teams looking real good now. It took them an hour, though. It took a long time to get going, unlike 100% Brad Gouju in the afternoon game.
Solid. Extra wing.
There seems to be patterns here. If you're trying to read ice, you can just try to remember what's happened. What errors have you seen?
Sounds good.
Double by the lead.
An update for you: New Brunswick and the Territories as they play in 5. Again, slow considering the fact we were already in the 6th.
It's actually ridiculous, and the discussions have gotten to the point that there are 15.5 minutes left on this clock, and they haven't even gone to the second half. That will be his bigger issue than the 4 that he currently faces. Needs to get the nose for the single.
Jamie Cooey had a yellow knife, and that will roll to the back of the button for the single. So they'll go to the break. New Brunswick leading 3-2 and worrying about time.
A little bit of weight. I like the weight. T-line. We're not heavy. Weight's good.
Hold it. Root.
Brent Lang.
Weight's good. T-line.
Off.
Weight's good.
Off.
T-line, guys. We can wait.
Off.
T-line. No. Still T.
Okay, line.
Back, just back T.
Line's
just
close.
back
Stay
T.
with it, Benny, to line. Right on the T.
Benny.
Yep. Goal line.
Yep.
Right up. That's good.
Whoa. Boy, Brent.
And using the corner and wrapping it around.
Did you get buried? Oh, yeah.
Position A for sure.
What?
So?
Yeah. Them so.
Easy.
Right.
Yep.
Whoa.
Eric Sylvan.
Yeah.
Philippe Ménard. And they'll run it back and get it and leave it there, covering the 8.
Both teams figuring it out.
I would think Ross is a skip.
Turn your light.
You would be frustrated somewhat by getting to the 5th and not having the ice figured out. But having said that, you can't let that frustration affect the call of the game. You just have to deal with it.
Right, and they're not that far off. A couple draws were pretty suspect, but the hits are like a 1/4 inch high, 1/2 inch high. It's, you know, and there's a beautiful shot there that Langer made a nice come around. They're certainly starting to get it. But
Hard mark. Hard mark.
Hard. Go. Boy, Brent.
they're definitely getting it.
Yeah, they are. I don't even know if it was as much ice as they've talked a lot about rocks and maybe trying to get pairs matched up.
Yeah, I was blaming it on the ice being a little straighter than they thought, certainly straighter than practice, but you're right. If you've got rocks that aren't matched up, that makes it 3 times as hard.
Yeah, I mean, the combination of both.
No.
It's Bosch.
Okay, roll out.
Okay, Mark.
Sometimes the best thing that happens too is that 5th end break if you're struggling, because you get to go back and talk to a coach and a 5th who are sitting on the bench, and for whatever reason they can usually see the theme you're talking about.
Edge of button.
You know, nobody's over curling. They can see that better and kind of talk to the team.
Skip might have a cutter, the second might have a cutter. You put the 2 together, match them up, give them to the second.
He's trying to keep it in the 4-foot. Put it where you want it. Back 4, back 8, Mark.
Just a little less.
you think, Mark? I
And a
didn't think
back
it would
button,
hit me.
back. Just behind the tee.
Close, boys.
Pretty close. It's a speed shot.
Right here, guys. Kind of back button
looks
way.
there, looks there.
I think we're pretty good.
It's perfect.
Yep. Little bit, Brent. Yep, little bit. Get it over there. Go, 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 go. Shot.
This hit the 2
That's where he tapped.
Yeah, I know.
with last rock.
Maybe gone a little wider. You can't.
Half a
It's
rock.
hard to be perfect, but could have taken a hair less ice. Take a run at the double now.
Half a rock. Let's go, Mark.
Easy.
Very similar shot to what Martin just threw the first time. Should be close.
Somebody said half a rock. Martin Cret.
Nope. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep.
Now some late licks. Philippe Ménard, half a rock. Bang, and he's got him.
That's why they had to go a little wider on the marks.
Make that a little tougher.
Really nice shot. Never give a good player a second chance, eh? Gonna make it on you.
It was difficult for Team Canada because of where their first stone was shot, of how to get some separation and not leave a double either way.
Looks there.
Good weight, Mark.
Yeah. Good sweep, Brent.
Good weight, Mark.
Il tire-tu vite en premier, lui?
No.
Let's go slide now.
Mark wanted that on the button for a couple of reasons. It allows Ben and Langer to get a real good feel how that comes down hog line in and what it's going to do exactly, just in case you got to do that again.
You're right, though. If it curls a foot more, he has to almost throw the other turn. That's good. Brick and 7. Make sure this.
It's already thinking ahead. A little disappointed about where that stone ended up, allowing the double, but let's play for the blank now, as Mark Kennedy says, and we'll take the brick. We'll take the last rock into 7.
Good shot. Brother. Oh.
Say what?
Or do you want to draw here?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to try this one.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Here.
Similar.
Close, yeah.
A little more. Edge of 8.
When the rocks weren't as lively and you didn't have Kevin Cooey throwing the last rock, you might want this back 8, back 12, and you have very little distance to roll on your last one. But
It's more than you've been throwing.
it's not like Kevin can't make a peel from wherever the rock is. So this is good. He's going to the out turn. They haven't played it as much. Get the feel for the button again.
We're in house, though. Back 8's good if we're in house. Keep going. Easy, boys. Easy, easy, easy. I'm going to go back 8.
Yep. Yeah, why not?
Good shot, 2. And back 8 they go. So you're watching at home, you're thinking, what did he learn? What did Cooey learn just by that draw?
Well, he wanted it on the button. So if he threw it what he thought he needed, it's faster than what he thought. So that goes into the computer, and they remember that for later. And then Langer was only sweeping it just to get it back there to make it easier, as I suggested earlier. But that was supposed to be in the button, so it's a wee bit quicker than the team thought.
Good way.
Yes, push. Yes, push.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Lean. Lean it. Lean it. Lean it, bun.
Shot, Jim.
Shot.
Shot. Clean. Clean it. Clean. Just clean.
Okay.
Nice tap.
Very nice. So they do pick up the blank. And they will take that last rock to 7 in a 3-3 tie, Team Canada and Quebec. When a young actress dates an A-list superstar, it soon becomes the role of a lifetime. Don't miss Bravo's season premiere of the new series, The Arrangement. It's Wednesday at 10 Eastern on Bravo. I'm guessing they're cheering for the territory.
Good guess.
You think?
Oh, yes.
Certainly they weren't in moose or bison costumes. Blank and 6 means we go to 7, tied in a 3-3 tie. And once again, it will be the defending champions, skipped by Kevin Cooey, out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary, that does have Last Rock playing the Redstones. Team Canada has 1 win since the introduction of Team Canada. That was in 2015. That was Pat Simmons.
Non, 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 non. Non, tu peux arrêter. T'as l'air fort d'ici. Oui. Tu peux arrêter. Oui.
That was when he came in and took over the former team of Kevin Cooey. Remember, that team broke up after 14, and Kevin put together this group of 4, and then Pat Simmons came in.
Have it all.
They went on to win the championship again.
Yeah, okay.
Ben Hebert.
Quebec siding too deep on that one gives Ben this opportunity.
No, no.
Plan B.
Just hack.
Get in. This is not good. Sit. Should have stayed on.
Sorry, Kev.
That wasn't a well-played, executed plan B either, because they wanted it to slow down, but now they've guarded the 2 Quebec Stones. Could have brushed that a little bit, kicked it thinner, rolled over somewhere.
Yeah, everybody seemed a little bit stunned.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you can see a quarter of the stone at least.
Yeah. Wow, j'aime ça.
Nice opportunity for Quebec here. If you can, at this point, it's a low-risk situation. You hate going around a corner guard without Hammer, but they just dearly love to force Cooey to a single here. Have Hammer an even end.
Mine's good.
Yep, yep.
Ouais, c'est
La
good.
ligne est belle, la ligne est belle. Easy, Mark.
Easy,
Easy, easy.
Peut-être 4, là. Peut-être oversweep un peu.
Pas
Non, ouais, c'est good.
Amène-la, amène-la. Amène-la.
Pas trop creux, il peut tomber 2 shots.
Non, 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 non.
Ça pogne juste off nose, là, les
Hey,
jaunes.
amène-la.
C'est bon. Correct, ça.
You have to play the run back here because they are thinking scoreboard and hoping to blank. If this is missed, it should get rid of the guard if you miss it on the high side, and Langer might get a couple moving here.
No. 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 No.
Run it back, and they'll get the top stone. More importantly, they'll open up those 2 stones around the edge of the 4.
That's a pretty good shot.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Opens it up.
Essaye de rouler en dessous.
1, 2, 3 straight blanks. And it remains a 2-2 tie, Ontario and Nova Scotia. With Glenn Howard of the St. George's Golf and Country Club in Toronto with Last Rock.
Oh, no, 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 no.
A little heavier than expected.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's close to touching it anyway.
Un drôle d'axe.
Yeah. Quite a bit long.
Try it on the nose. Peel.
Okay.
Nose or a sliver in.
Yeah.
Kevin stopped
Give me just a
brushing that,
sliver
and it was
last.
for a reason. He's trying to queue up the triple here, and I think dead on is going to be extremely close. Maybe a hair on the center line side for Brent Lang here. Peel weight.
12th Brier appearance for Brent Lang.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
And
Real hard, baby. Hard.
Bang, what do you got? 1, 2, and 3. There they go.
now the blanks back into play. That's how good of a shot that first one was, to open it up and actually force Quebec to have to chase that one on the 8-foot.
Let's go.
Still a corner guard for Quebec. They'd love to exchange rocks here. Hope Canada rolls out and duck around that corner guard.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tout le long. Yep.
Silva, Ménard. Yep. This is a struggle to get a piece. And they do. But they're going to lose that stone. And so now corners available for Team Canada.
I think we try it, no?
Hey? I'm okay with it. You okay with it?
Well, you can look at it, I guess, two ways here, Russ. You're in the 7th. You do have your corner.
Well, that's not what I would
and why
play,
not try it? Or you have the opinion and say, go for the blank, and we want the hammer in 8.
Yeah, and every skip you talk to is going to give you a different answer in that one. And my theory is you only get so many times to get a 2, and I'm just as proud to get it in the 7th end as I am in the 8th. And I definitely understand the other side of the argument is peel it. You've got 2 hammers compared to 1. So it's kind of like what you could do. The only negative here is, let's say one of these comes in deep. Quebec freezes, now you can't blank. So they're banking on Mark Kennedy making a good shot, and that's a fairly safe bet.
It is.
Well, I don't want it to be deep. No, a little bit. No.
Kind of like there.
I'm with you. When the opportunity comes around, a corner, it's pretty low risk. I think it's worth taking the chance. Score your deuce.
Well, maybe in an effort to pick up some time, New Brunswick and the Territories have blanked in 6.
Wait.
Go, Mark. Make it good.
So.
Wait.
Tough little shot here.
Easy. Oh. No.
Well, we saw today the movement to the wings was good. Going to get over and catch a piece of this.
Go, Phil!
A little bit more. Just get over. Bumper.
I think just overthrown a little bit more weight than they expected.
Quebec's playing like an exceptionally great team that's rusty.
Again?
29 games this year. Most of the teams played 60.
I like
6 weeks off before they got here. They're going to turn this around. Can they turn it around fast enough in this game?
Like I can get across.
Get our deuce, sir.
Well, I know, but.
So, T-line, let's go. Back
Similar.
8.
Sorry, Jim.
They thought for a second of going around again.
I know. The 3 came into play in everyone's mind.
Then the run back double, could disappear everything. They've got a very high percentage chance of scoring 2 here.
Yeah, you just don't want to leave this anywhere really above the tee. So you don't give them a roll.
Boy, Marcus. Good shots, bud.
Sit.
Nice, Mark.
That's so good.
The game's so close, you really need to hit this. You can't risk taking the making the freeze.
Okay, so further to what you were saying about Quebec and the amount they play on the tour, 59th is their rank. There's your money winnings. And yeah, they did win the Jim Sullivan in New Brunswick, but that was very early in the season.
So it just makes a ton of sense, Vic, that they be a little bit off, and you're only playing the world champion here.
And then your provincial wasn't just 2 weeks ago or a week ago, it was January 15th. And again, not putting the brush down in the right spot. Now let's compare Team Canada and what they did. Now realizing as well, they didn't have to come through their provincial. So how do you prepare? Well, 59, remember, is what Quebec is. They are 7th in monies won. Played 9 events. There's the difference.
Not counting the Continental Cup, not counting the skins where they blitzed.
75,000 they won
in
there.
Ontario, yeah, exactly.
I think this Team Canada's had a challenge to try. Last year was going to be pretty tough for them to beat no matter what they did. Their season was incredible. Their tour winnings. And so for this season, it was really all mental for them to have to deal with.
You've
not
talked
the same success.
You've talked to them a lot, and I love their theory. We can't be razor sharp every event. We can't peak every single time. So pick the right ones.
Keep going. Keep push it, Benny. Push it, Benny. Gotta go. Hard boys.
Go to carry this, boy. You've got it set up here. Spread them out, and you
keep
set
going.
yourself
Keep
up
going,
for a
guys.
deuce.
Keep going.
We're good, boys. We're good, boys.
Yeah, good boys you are. And evening them up. Terrific. Great sweep.
Nice, Kev.
Ebert and Lang.
Good throw. A little lighter on the clock. Got it there easy.
Well, a lot of Team Canada's events were specifically to go in and learn something, to try something new, and they had no intention of winning. If a win came about, great, but it was all for the Brier, the Trials, the Worlds.
Yeah, and you're out to me, for sure.
OK.
Montez le weight d'une coche, là.
You know, last year they went 4-7.
Contrôle!
Lead!
Quebec.
Lead!
Eric! Hard Rick! Hard Rick! Hard Rick!
Shot.
Good.
Yeah, well, no, I threw the wood. We played heavy hack that one, and I'm thinking more board, though, this time.
Sure, board's good.
The top players think about the appropriate speed before the berm goes down.
What's up, Kev?
A lot of players do it the other way. Oh, let's put the berm here, and they go run down the far end. Going.
What are you throwing? Good board.
What do I?
Yeah.
Board.
But why?
I think it's visualization, and then because of the speed, Kevin's decided to throw here board. Then the rocks are going to react in different spots in the ice because of that softer speed.
And then you groom them appropriately.
Yes.
Easy, easy, easy.
Just board!
Easy, Brent.
Just board!
And then confirmation from the front end
Hard!
of what he's thrown.
Hard!
Brett Lang staying with it. Ebert as well.
Hard, guys!
Keep going, you're good.
Trying to hold it for him, and they
Nice
do.
job, Kev.
Look at that roll
Nice
towards
draw,
the center
Mark.
line. So well done, Team Canada. Set it up, defended it. They get 2. From the Mile 1 Center here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, it's day 1 of the Tim Hortons Brier on this Saturday night. Our featured game, Team Canada. Kevin Cooey against Quebec's Jean-Michel Ménard. And what did you say? You're just as happy to get a deuce in 7 as you would in 8?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened with Team Canada. Set it up, and they get their 2 to take a 5-3 lead. And so here in the 8th, it is Quebec. It does have Last Rock playing the Yellowstone.
I was lucky enough to coach a men's team for a while this year,
Not
and
right beside it.
some of the teams are so concerned about scoreboard management and having control in the even ends. And I said to the team, that means you're only trying to score half the game in the 5 even ends, and it's hard to beat a Kevin Cooey if you only score half. So Cooey did the right thing. He's playing a Canadian champion in Ménard. Why not force the issue? 2 up here in pretty good shape.
Il dehors. Ouais, là, il pas celle-là. J'aille pas.
OK. Un autre garde plus haut, là.
Ouais, garde 1. OK.
31,5.
31,5. Ouais, mais rien. Laisse-nous là.
If you knew you were going to get the 2 in the 8th end, I agree. But take it when you can.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. And it was late enough, too, that you could take the risk. And they might get a chance out of it with a blank.
And the risk was Mark Kennedy making a good shot.
That's not a risk.
Non.
Au vainqueur?
Non, elle est parfaite.
Et juste 1.
Elle est parfaite. Good.
Shot fit.
I don't know. Hit something.
Blast.
For now.
Not really sure what his play is right now.
See what he does.
Yep.
How do you respond to that, Cheryl? I mean, you heard Ben Ebert say, we're not sure what he's going to do, he being Jean-Michel Ménard. What is the Quebec skip going to do, or how does he approach this now?
I think it is interesting because they don't play each other a ton, and normally if they were playing against Glenn Howard, they'd know exactly what Glenn is going to do, and that is the benefit that Quebec has. You know, he's eventually has to deal with those two stones. That's the question of when he's going to tap them back. He's talking about it now.
Freeze so 30. Yeah.
You kind of need to push something in the middle eventually here, and by freezing, you actually force Team Canada to remove some stones for you. Hopefully you freeze this on perfectly.
Whoa, 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 dans le track rapide. Dans le track extrême. No, wait's good. It's good. Easy. Ligne est là, s'en vient belle.
It's so difficult, though, Russ, as we've seen, at the elite level to generate points in the house.
Well, because of the big weight-ability of a team like a Cooey, and the rocks are so lively, so you're right.
Liking that double, Kev.
And the problem for Quebec is they didn't like their corner guard, so they needed that corner guard halfway. That's why he kept guarding it, because it's such an easy run.
It's like a third, quarter to a third.
Okay.
Not too many teams that do this either, play the thin double.
Yeah, just pick it out of there. Pick your spot, Langer, and make it. Okay. Go back. Yep.
2 Canadian championships with Glenn Howard, one with Kevin Cooey. Brent Lang.
Come on.
Oh boy, he gets some separation.
That's fine.
Pretty good. Nice throw.
One lonely yellow in there now, sitting shot rock. T-line, 8 foot.
That one just curled a little bit, actually.
Quarter inch thinner.
Oh, no kidding.
Let's go, Rick. 31.
Oh, et molle!
Il y en a en masse. 2!
OK, la ligne est bonne, Marc. La ligne est bonne.
En masse de weight, normalement.
Elle va courber, elle. La ligne est bonne.
Eric Sylvain.
Elle est proche. Phil, il faut que ça courbe, Phil.
Non, faut pas que ça courbe. Il est fort.
Elle va partir tout seul.
Struggled early. His numbers have come up a little bit, still though at 68%.
OK.
Yeah, good enough.
The real problem has been Jean-Michel Ménard at 64%. You compare that to Kevin Cooey at 93.
I think straight back, a little center line side.
I think you're playing the right.
Ouais. Bon, attends une minute. Là,
Seeing this?
Yeah, for sure.
Should run.
Make this either way. They'd ideally hit it on the outside of the yellow and roll away. They could jam it if you hit it on the inside of the back yellow.
No.
Yeah, there is a stone back, 8 foot, could come into play.
No.
Get it.
Hey,
They'll
Okay.
Not bad.
double stuff.
Not bad.
Shoot. Sorry.
Pretty good that we lost that one of ours.
Yeah, no, it's better. Yeah, almost got lucky.
Almost got really lucky.
There.
même à part de billet.
Tough to have separation here now. The yellow so close to the center line.
Garde notre wire.
Mais vous le garde? Garde à la même hauteur que toi.
Just going to guard one more.
I think that's the best way to protect.
Si le cadre tantôt, on fera d'autres choses.
The guards so far in the 2 games we've watched are a little bit easier because of that wee bit straighter draw weight.
We haven't seen Ontario, Nova Scotia for a while, Kathy. Blank in 5, 6, 7. Now we've got something going in 8.
Well, and it's been a really interesting, and there's an opportunity for Nova Scotia to draw to line 3. They had a pick, and then Glenn Howard made a very nice tap on his first, but Jamie Murphy able to tap that stone back. So this is now the force. Needs 8 foot.
Meanwhile, Martin Crête trying to cover shot rock.
Help, Scott. Go now. Okay, okay. Boys, watch it. We can't do that early. It just falls. It fell back 8 inches.
All right, so a little worry there from Richard Hart to the front end of David Mathers and Scott Howard by brushing early. They held it back.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
But they do draw for the single 3-2.
No, I know. There's nothing. Yeah, I get it. I know what you mean. You got to go. It's just strange ice that way where you got to go.
Yep. Mark Kennedy.
Lead. I wondered if Team Canada would chase. That guard was really long. I think they looked at it.
I did too. Now, once you freeze on the inside, there's no chance of a double.
Qu'est-ce qu'on joue? 9,5. Freeze 9,5.
They're only taking a little hair less than 4 feet of ice. 3 3/4 feet of ice. That's a lot straighter than yesterday.
OK.
C'est-tu beaucoup de glace?
Je peux t'en enlever un peu si tu veux.
You kind of heard Richard Hart talking about the brushing early. We talked to Brad Jacobs. He talked about the brushing, how much it affects the stones. It's like you can really affect the break point of it. Straighten it out a lot by just jumping on it early.
OK. Du bord là, es-tu aussi vite?
Oh, d'après moi, oui. Phil a super bien glissé ces 2 gardes.
OK. OK, c'est bon.
Count.
Good way.
Back 8, boys.
Yep.
Make sure it's there.
Room. Mine's good.
Silva.
Yep.
And Philippe Ménard.
Hard, boys.
Yep.
On bombe un peu.
Losing line here.
They are. And they're going to rub and roll and go too far.
It looked like 3.5 feet of ice, and then they tighten the broom again, and that's really tight.
We talked earlier, Kathy, about this game being very, very slow. Here they are in the 7th. We're almost through 8. And it's final stone on the way for New Brunswick and Mike Kennedy.
Well, Mike Kinnon rolled out on his first stone, and that allowed Jamie Cooey to split the house in line 2, which he was able to do. And so this is the force for New Brunswick, looking for 8-foot.
Mike Kennedy out of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, playing Jamie Cooey of Yellowknife. And there's the single to lead at 4-2.
One red. He knows and he hits and rolls in front.
Yeah, it's got to be
slash double.
Not against the pressure.
Yeah.
He's still got to make a.
What's he making if you roll?
There's a chance at a double. Now we make a nose hit. We definitely have a double to get out of the end or a nose hit.
You got to make him make something good, don't you? What do you think?
Actually, he knows we probably can't.
Nose. Yeah, he doesn't even have to be really good to put some heat on you here.
What do you guys like?
Nose. What do you think?
Well, then he goes here.
And then we follow him, I guess.
Follow or nose it. That's what we're thinking.
What else are you thinking?
The only other thing we're thinking is this.
Yeah, we like that too.
And if you're here and he makes the double, then at least we have this.
Yeah, we thought that too.
I like the nose. Let's make him make something.
Okay.
I think so. Then he freezes for second shot.
He freezes right here. You just come down with hack and nose it.
Or if he's not dead perfect, you might have the double or you might have the blast everything.
Yeah. Okay. I think noses make him make something.
Think?
Okay. So what do you want to see?
I'm going to throw my 8. I'm seeing about an inch with board.
An inch with board right there.
Yeah, I think he's going to play the hit and roll.
I do too.
I'm going to be like a shade more weight than last end, but I think that's okay there, don't you?
I like this because of that.
The Team Canada bench in the foreground. John Dunn is their coach out of the University of Alberta, their phys ed and recreation department, major in sports psychology. And of course, the familiar Scott Pfeiffer, 4-time Canadian, 3-time world champion with Randy Ferbey as their alternate.
What a great alternate to have, the experience he's got with the
solid board.
Ferbey 4.
Solid board.
No.
So come up. Just come up.
Yep.
Easy.
Trying to stay on nose here.
Keep going.
Good,
Whoa.
clean.
Keep going.
Whoa. Clean. Right on the nose.
Good shot, Cap. Oh boy.
Nice coup.
Mr. Cooey's looking pretty sharp here in the second half.
Gentleman there on the left, that's Pierre Charette, of course. 7 Briers for him with Guy Hemmings, Canadian Curling Hall of Famer, and Bob Ménard is the coach of this team from Lévis.
Pierre's always been known as a great strategist also.
Coached Martin Crête all through his junior career.
Je pense pas, moi.
Non, parce que si on ne se pas, il va jouer juste le main stakeout, il va enlever les deux.
Right.
Right.
C'est pour ça que je dis, si tu recules des 6 pouces et tu roules en dedans, il ne peut plus t'enlever. Il faut qu'il joue d'autres choses que t'enlever.
Ouais, si on la recule, faut la reculer de ça là, pour les mettre tight even, mais c'est quasiment le freeze. Là. La recule de 2 pouces, puis elle est faite. Right?
Moi, j'aime le freeze. Lui,
ouais, ça, au pire, je fais...
Votre freeze, mon pouce de 2 pouces, c'est pas vrai pareil.
Je pas ça, Jim.
On parle le même langage.
All right. J'aime ça, Jim.
Is playing the freeze. The hit and roll is the lower percentage shot just because you have to be so accurate with the weight. This, you push Cooey into having to make a good freeze back at you.
Yeah, exactly. And if Kevin's offline with his freeze, for instance, Quebec goes here, if Kevin Cooey comes down and maybe goes into this area, you might score 3.
Oui.
30, c'est pas un désastre. Mettons, Martin,
ouais, 30, c'est pas un désastre.
30, on l'a pendé tout le long. Là.
OK. Good way.
La ligne est bonne. On est plus large que moi, pas mal.
Ah, good way.
Freeze. That's good.
Good way.
Easy line. Easy. Freeze it. Switch. Whoa. No ball. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Trying to bring it down to that stone to the back of the 8. And just a little over curl. They're on the corner.
Nice throw, just the same.
Really, there hasn't been much nice, though, about Jean-Michel Ménard's game so far. Struggling in both draws and hits, 64%. Compared to Kevin Cooey, throwing a 93% game so far. And leading on the scoreboard, 5-3. Player numbers brought to you by Travelers. It's better under the umbrella.
Let me know if you think it's going. The 5s.
You're thinking nose or high side?
I'm thinking a little on this side, just a little.
Well, you play the nose, and if you're 3/4, you hope.
Nose is.
But if you're playing the nose, there's such different weights. But then you're bringing 3 into play, right?
Well, if you play the nose with peel, you're not.
Yeah. Do you think this? Where do you think this? If I go high, to sustain, you think?
You either got to be right on the nose with peel, or just play down to it, but be on this side of the rock. If you're on that side of the rock,
on the nose,
like he doesn't have the double. You're sitting 2.
You're on the nose relay too. I don't think this goes out very easy.
Yeah.
No, the only thing that's bad is you hit this like centimeter high with peel and roll to there, and this doesn't move.
Right. What are you worried about just coming down?
I think if you nose it, that 5 goes.
I guess we're
outside of this one.
Well, I mean,
you just got to be on.
If I'm there, that's still for 3.
Yeah.
I like the nose with peel.
So do I.
Yeah? You guys don't think half rocket goes, eh?
Well, I don't know.
I actually think it does go, guys.
To me, it looks.
I think it
like
goes. It's just where do you hit it for it to go?
They're not close to the same shots, are they?
Yeah.
No, they're not close.
No, just commit to one or the other.
But this is probably, if you're trying to get it to go, you're probably hitting what, 2/3?
That's what I was thinking. 3/4 is still close.
Are we making this harder than just coming down with board on the nose and the end's over?
Yep. Even the draw shell, just draw to the inside corner.
Yeah, I like
Peel gives you a little bit.
Mark's comment.
Peel, you never give up 3, I don't think.
Draw it in there somewhere. Even if you tap it a bit, tap it frozen, you stay on top of it. Maybe here and kick it back a little bit.
I can miss
You just saw the shot.
It's got to be the hardest shot.
Like I can go roll to here, I can roll to here.
I agree.
You still
I think you
got
either
it.
draw, tap, like freeze, or you're drilling it.
Right.
I think I drill it on the nose, and if I go high,
maybe we get lucky.
Let's hit it right on the nose with peel and see what happens.
I'm surprised. I know it's Kevin Cooey. He can throw it hard.
I'm seeing the
The double off the red one might be there. You hit it dead on. The yellow one's going to jam on the side yellow and kick sideways or even up backwards. It'll go a distance. Will it go out of the paint?
Each team is given 2 90-second timeouts.
Dad knows, Kev. He saw mine here. Yours won't
So
be mine.
Team Canada has used
Yeah, I know you threw it through
their first.
After we hit it, what we're trying to hit.
Does that look like Max?
Nope. I like it.
I think you can trust yourself. I think you could take a half-inch less.
Again, coming back to the liveliness of the striking bands.
Right.
These should rattle around. You would think.
It's pretty flat, though. It's going to hit a lot of that back yellow, that side yellow.
Will it pop forward, though? And bang, bang. And now the question is where it'll pop to, and then it pops to the 12.
Does it go easy?
Crazy.
A lot of discussion about that shot.
Interesting call.
Whips it. I don't think it goes easy. No.
They were caught in between, Cheryl. They were trying to hit it dead on. They were trying to jam it out. It's 2 different shots.
If he hits it thinner, does it go?
No, thicker.
Thicker?
Thicker would have hit the
So
yellow.
right on the,
Yep.
So right on the nose.
So I think that's what they were thinking, is if they do jam it like that, they'd stay for 2. But when you're throwing it 1 billion miles an hour with these rocks, I thought the draw for 2 made a lot more sense.
We were coming up to the last rock. Tell me why sometimes skips like yourself, Cheryl, will overthink things.
Well, and I think he sees, it's his tendency too. He likes to throw the big ones. That's why he was trying to find a way for that shot to be made.
Given a great opportunity now here, Quebec. Make the most of it. There you go. And they'll score 2. Considering what he's throwing, they're tied at 5.
Scotty's final was incredible.
I thought it was a game that had everything.
Weagle will take it all the way. Calling line. What do you got? Oh, you've got 3.
I know that I was sitting on the edge of my seat a few times.
They made some amazing shots.
Remarkable. Michelle with a miracle.
If you got to make an 1/8 of a rock double to keep yourself alive, that's certainly impressive.
That double Rachel made in the 10th wasn't easy.
Courtney Weagle. Have they saved it for her? Yes, they have.
I give her props for making the thin double she made in the 10th.
Rachel Lohman under pressure, she's in her own world.
And then she had to make a really good shot to win it.
In a 6-6 tough, in an extra end. Courtney Weagle, you got to run this back and catch it. Run it back. Got it for a 3rd Canadian championship.
All the guys on Twitter were talking about what the act we got to follow after that game. It was an amazing game played by both teams, very inspirational.
The best team won that day, and really looking forward to supporting Team Homan and Team Canada at the Worlds.
And they will be off to Beijing, China, beginning March 18th. And here is the field. Bingyu Wang is back from China, world champion. We're going to see Eve Muirhead, Elena Petz, world champions both. Begins March 18th on TSN. And our first draw coverage will be Rachel Homan against Bingyu Wang. Make a note because it's already tomorrow over there. Our first game will come your way at 2 a.m. Eastern Time on March 18th. So you're Jean-Michel Ménard. You're curling 69%. And here you are in a 5-5 tie going to 9 with the defending champions. And Team Canada does have last rock playing the Redstones here in the 9th.
Parle-nous de la ligne.
Viens ta place.
Un peu up.
Ça s'en vient.
It's good.
Wow, si tu peux.
On peut être bien patient
Wow,
encore.
si tu peux.
Bien parfaite, là, vous autres.
Wow, si tu peux.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep.
Yep.
OK, c'est
shot.
beau, Eric.
Good shot, Eric.
Ça m'aurait pas été shot.
Whatever. I think I like the double peel, guys.
Gonna try this.
Okay.
Might work out bad, but he's doing that. It's not great anyways. Might work out good.
Blank's the plan. There's a nice angle here for Brent Lang. Try to get them both.
3/4, 4/5.
Picks it clean.
Whoa. No.
Good. It's not bad right now. No. Good, Langer.
Yeah, if you're Team Quebec, you're playing with house money here now. You're not. You know you can play a little better than this. It's kind of understandable. We've said the reasons. Not a lot of play. First game of the Brier this year. So I think the pressure's right off of them. That's a scary situation.
I would agree.
Où on joue tape, juste faire un triangle avec.
Ouais, moi, ça va.
Ouais, j'aille pas ça. J'aille pas ça.
Même weight.
Même weight.
OK. Taper d'un pied. Score.
New Brunswick with a 2-point lead over the Territories, and again, more pressure on the Territories and Jamie Cooey in a game that has picked up a little bit of time, but still running slow compared to the two others.
Well, it certainly has. Mike Kennedy made a double on his final stone. This is the double back, a chance for 3.
Hard! Hard, you gotta go hard here. Hard!
And the jam, they get away with it. And they'll lose that shooter, but they'll pick up the deuce.
Very nice.
Not enough, didn't bump it up enough. It seems that Red Rock still is shot.
Yeah, they were trying for a bit more separation than that. This double is there.
Might be the impossible double. Straight roll? I don't think you can make the double.
Yeah, the red one's kind of in the way. The double looks really easy, but
straight roll, Kev?
you could tick that red one on the way by, not get both yellows.
It'd go up.
I think it is there, though. It's just
You can definitely make this.
There you go. There you go. There's angle. You hit maybe 3/4, Cheryl.
Half to me. Okay.
Yeah, you just can't hit it too thin.
Too thin, it goes yellow, red, yellow, and it goes up to the Tim Hortons cup.
Right.
It goes backwards.
Brent Lang as we play second stones.
Yep. Hard! Hard!
Oh,
Real
Beaver
hard,
picked it up
baby!
right out of his hand. What's he got
Go,
now? 1, 2, and there they go.
No problem.
Great line call as well, though, by Kevin Cooey. Said about a half a stone. Figured it out early.
Way tougher. And look how close this red one gets to the other red one.
Let it go.
Oh, just missed it.
Always aiming a little tight.
Yeah.
Bon, faut que t'essayes le run back sur le nez.
Oh, il y a toujours un center guard, là. Sur le nez?
Passer bien proche, y a-t-il un double?
Non.
This is always the tough for Quebec. You're trying to force. You got to leave rocks in play in order to do that, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to give a big end to Canada.
We've covered more games this year where the team, in this case without Hammer, tries to force. They end up forcing the team with Hammer to 3. How many times?
Many.
Ça roule dans le coin, on est toasté.
Freeze, est-ce que c'est une option?
Okay, so just to pick up on your point,
Il n'y a pas de bump, là.
so Quebec, to your mind, I'm thinking you're saying they should go hard out, force a single,
yes,
and go to 10 with last rock trying to score 2 to win.
Right. That's the exact plan. That's the best way to win, unless you somehow steal here. And the only way you can do either one of those things is take some risk, put some rocks in play, and then by taking risk, you leave red ones in play in this case. And if you don't execute properly late in the end, you give up a bundle.
Well, this call is a perfect example. They're looking to freeze in the pocket. You have a rub off, and again, you're ignoring Team Canada stones.
C'est sûr que l'on gamble, là. On joue la game ici.
And none of it's wrong, is it, Cheryl? It's just if you play them up and down, you're tied coming home, you lose. So it's.
What was your first key? Sorry to interrupt you. What was one of your keys about Quebec with regards to play the way you feel?
Yes. Yeah. Play with your heart.
Play with your heart.
Yeah.
Now, is his heart in this?
Yeah. It is. They've been in this situation a lot, and Pierre understands it. And they're in it too deep here now, Cheryl. You can't turn around and start peeling.
No, it's where to freeze this. It's not about eliminating rocks.
You better be committed, though, it would seem to me, right?
J'aime le freeze, j'haïs pas le freeze.
Parce que si on fait le double, on roule là, on lui donne 2 encore.
Oh ben non, c'est le freeze, ben non, on la tap back for.
Ah ouais, ça, j'haïs pas ça. Ouais, ça, on n'a pas parlé, puis j'aime ça, moi.
Après ça, il faut faire un draw, les freeze là-dessus pour sauver le bout. Forcer à 1.
Ouais.
OK, j'aime
Si
ça.
on
Tu
tape,
veux vraiment la taper,
t'avais dit...
taper caché, right?
Ouais, c'est ça, on veut la taper cachée,
On veut
on
pas
va
la
rouler
taper
là.
verte.
C'est ça.
Lui, il va faire ça, il va rouler là.
Kathy, can you help us, please?
Well, initially, Jean-Michel was talking about the options of playing the double and you roll to that outside or the freeze, but Pierre Charrette's advice is that you can also play the tap to the back of the forefoot if you're a little bit heavy on the freeze, and then if it gets picked out, you have another rock that you can freeze down to because it's now at the back of the four.
Oui, effectivement.
OK, like it.
T'aimes ça?
Land straight T-line, on va tenir la
So is that the decision?
It's straight T-line, so tapping it back, giving yourself two options.
Thanks, Kathy.
OK.
So this is that classic play of all in.
Let's go, Mark. Il gagne
Ah, ça glisse bien. Une gosse de moins qu'au dernier bout, right?
Well, Ontario with a 3-2 lead as they play in 9, and can you get around those guards, tap back, and possibly get the 3?
Oh, you sure can, and it has been nothing but headaches for Ontario in this end. At one point, faced 5 yellow Nova Scotia stones, a double and a lovely roll by Glenn on his final stone, a chance for 3.
Jamie Murphy and his team from the Halifax Curling Club earlier today coming through the last chance qualifier. Tap it out and sit and score 3.
What a nice throw.
Martin Kret taps it back. Still looks like the Team Canada is sitting the deuce.
This is second.
Doesn't matter. Throw it pretty hard here and nose it. Actually, it doesn't matter what
You
we
thinking, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking hit and roll in. I just don't know what weight.
Just, yeah, if you just chisel that. You're thinking of missing this?
Doesn't really matter. We're thinking throw it hard and maybe chisel that.
I don't think it does you any good there. I wouldn't mind getting rid of that back red one.
Bounced it there for a reason, didn't they?
Right.
You could do both.
I like normal, Mark. Okay.
The urge here is to, well, here's a chance to hit
Like
roll
that?
and sit 4, but who cares if Quebec makes a double or triple? Maybe end up with the blank after all, and you're fine with that too. Just don't let them steal.
Deal. Firm.
Heavy Mark.
Mark Kennedy
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
backing off now. A little late to get off that.
Get off there.
Okay. Wow.
Well, that's not a good result.
If you could wrap something around and get in between those staggered stones.
Exactly.
Je pense qu'on n'a pas le choix, Bud. Ouais. Je pense qu'on n'a pas le choix de toute façon, right? Ça? Yeah, corner freeze est bonne.
Corner freeze, il blast, il t'ouvre tout le come around après, right?
Quasiment le même weight.
Oui.
There's just enough of an overlap.
Yeah,
Russ.
it's true. And they
just enough.
And the other bad thing that happened for Canada there was they didn't kick that other red one out, I don't think, enough to use it to raise back with any speed anyways. So a really, really well played freeze. You might get out of jail here.
Martin Cadet.
Stay close. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Philippe Ménard.
Yep.
It's a great opportunity if they can take advantage of it now. Eric Sylvain as well. If they can take advantage of it. If they can, and they can't.
Calice.
He needed them both on.
Man,
you needed them both on to carry it.
Yeah, it's just, oh.
That was almost
so
perfect.
good.
Perfect throw, mon gars, c'est en allait.
And just not enough.
Hack. What are you throwing?
So play it through, Vic. They were all in.
I like hack. Okay.
You get that by. I would say they had a better than 50% chance of stealing a point.
It's really close to me.
Now they could give up 6.
Trust it. It's good for hack.
Don't you get that question often, though, why we don't see the two brushers? I mean, in that case, it was about a carry. They needed to get that and then get off and let it break.
Yeah, I think so. I think last year really confused a lot of teams where the second brush in that case was making it curl, whereas Now with this fabric, you're right. It doesn't make it as much of a curl. It's more of a polishing action. That might have made it.
Go!
That's great.
Good shot. 4. Oh, and a little one in the back.
Mark.
5.
I can't believe that didn't get low.
One little opportunity yet. If you can sliver this top one with some speed, kick over that way. I don't think you can roll very far. If you could nestle it in there somewhere, you'd be pretty happy camper.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
From here, it's just about the left edge of the guard and the right edge of the shot rock are almost right in a row, aren't they?
It didn't curve an inch.
Yeah, Mark's surprised he just needed to flop in another millimeter. And
just missed it.
There's nothing there.
There you go. This will have to be thrown hard to get any right. I can't imagine you could roll buried.
Throwing it soft and trying to get across the nose doesn't do anything.
No, because there's not enough room. You throw it soft. Once it gets by that top red, it doesn't have any time to curl.
Jean-Michel Ménard is first and in.
I guess you can get buried.
And they're sitting second shot under cover.
So good.
The only way you could do it was with that weight.
You have to say, makes a shot like that, you say, what 69%?
He's playing with what? Less than half an inch there with peel weight. Oh, what a beauty.
Je pensais pas qu'on toucherait le derrière de la top 8.
Ah ouais.
Il a juste touché un peu. Si on allait cogner,
ça aurait été leg it into that one, and if you straight peel it, it's not the end of the world, boys.
Problem with making it into the 3 is you keep the guard there.
Yep. Millimeter high. With the out.
Pretty good, eh, Brent?
I think so.
This way, off that way. It moves. The main thing is it moves the guard and allows Kevin Cooey to at least score because you don't want to get control of this game.
You might even be able to keep the 6.
And if you get that going, this is gone.
Can you not get to that stone and angle it back without running the yellow?
Yeah, I think you could too. But this is more of a setup for his next one. If he tries your shot, Vic, which I think's there, you don't make it, you might not get an opportunity to do the last one.
I think this is about opening it up and maybe getting that back one.
What a shot.
Kevin Cooey. Rush right down in the middle of that stone, trying to run it back.
No.
And they've given up on this already. You hear Ben Hebert say, missed it.
Wide again.
But even though they missed it, now that red stone's more accessible. It's a little scarier for Quebec.
Cooey can raise the long one, the one in the center line too, can't he, Cheryl, and make it so you can't guard them both.
No. Gives them options.
C'est quoi vous aimez pas ici?
Moi, je l'aime. On fait juste jaser.
Non, mais... OK, ouais.
C'est tout dépendant de
l'angle. Il place à peu près n'importe où ici, puis il va prendre 2.
We talked about Kevin opening up, so he's got this one, but he also has this one. If he gets it across the face, kicks that out that way, it's for 2 or 3.
Ici, je pense que
he can't guard both, so you might see Team Quebec come right in.
Il faut qu'il prenne son 1.
Ici, on est capable d'être mieux que...
I feel like the freeze is really the best angle for them. Because either run is tough to make with that freeze.
C'est bon aussi. Ça, puis plus bas, c'est bon aussi. Si jamais elle descend ici, ben écoute, on verra.
Chance to steal, too.
Got him with the right rock. Unless somehow it's hard for him to get to the...
Essaye de le convaincre de tirer in.
T-line?
Oui. Did you hear that, Cheryl? Kevin said we've got him with the right rock. So I think Canada's identified that this rock, he talked about at the start of the game. That
they did.
Like this one's a hair straighter.
You're going to be hitting it thin enough.
Okay.
Right into it, come down to it?
Yeah, and if some possible way, get to the inside.
Well, even if he got in beside his yellow.
Yes, absolutely.
Final stone for Quebec and Jean-Michel Ménard as we play in 9. You can see Sylvain and Philippe Ménard have got him right now, and this is going to be the carry. Martin Kret trying to snuggle up, bring it down beside their own if they can. Get it by the top one. They did. Oh, now that little rub, that little roll, and it'll spin, and they're sitting second and third.
No, not bad, though. It's a shot for 2, but not for a million.
Easiest. What do you think looks easiest? Back here? Nose is not going to get it.
Straight draw looks easiest.
Draw?
Yeah, I think so, Kev.
I like that.
We're shot, right?
Yeah, we're shot. Right on the button,
I like
Brent.
a little more for this rock.
Yeah, I like that.
I always like Brent comes in with kind of the quiet voice of reason.
Every time.
Draw's good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, draw's good.
Well, it's interesting because even maybe going back to their first year or just relying on that, on Brent's experience all those years with Glenn Howard, he will take him aside and he will confer with him.
Yes, no question.
I think Brent sometimes sees the softer side of the game, the soft shots, the taps.
We talked about them when this team was formed, this all-star team, that there was 2 different styles.
Right.
Brent did bring that finesse end of it to this hitting machine.
Which is really good.
Sitting one. Get across the nose, roll towards the button. You might get a deuce here.
Back one!
Needs to break for them.
Get off it! Clean it. Right.
Needs to get across the nose a little bit and flip inside just like that. Wonderful. It's not as if Ménard and Quebec didn't have their chances to close it off. They did. But they left the opening. Team Canada puts a 2 on the board and leaves Ménard shaking his head.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Scotties Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere, proud sponsors of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for over 35 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Team Canada picks up that 2 and 9 to take a 2-point lead, 7-5. As we welcome you back to the Mile 1 Center on this Saturday night. Day 1, Tim Hortons Brier in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Quebec will have Last Rock coming home, playing the Yellowstones.
Interesting game strategically. In the 7th end, Nikui had the option of possibly blanking. He decided to go around, got his 2, kind of without trying. And same thing here. He would have been quite happy with the blank. Rocks all over the place, ended up with his 2.
Good weight. Good weight.
Un peu up, les gars.
Non, good weight. Good weight.
Eric en premier.
Good weight.
La ligne va être bonne si tu l'amènes T-line.
On est là. Go.
Finish.
Go.
Come on.
T-line. Go. T-line.
Okay, that's good.
I think Kevin decided to listen to Brent that end because in the end, what was it, the 8th end that they gave up the 2 to Quebec. Brent's call was to freeze down, and that was where they gave Quebec that chance for the deuce.
Yep.
Kevin played the high hard double attempt.
Gotta go, man. Yep. Okay, good.
In a 4-4 tie in a game in which the Territories, Kathy, is very much in danger of running out of time if they get to the 10th. Is there a chance here for a mittful for New Brunswick?
Well, there is for sure. He's already lying 2. It's a draw for 3. If he taps it back, it could be for 4. But Jamie Cooey just threw that there, and there's not a lot of space. But as you talk about, Jamie Cooey has 1 minute and 31 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts if they do go to 10.
Mike Kennedy. Get it by their own. Oh, a little rub. And will it pick up enough of the 4-foot? Not enough. And so is it just that 1 or the deuce? It looks like 2.
2. Very much a game to be won if the time clocks allow.
Go!
Minute 30 to play an end.
El café, come on, el café, go,
Plus 2 down.
Good shot. Mike Brent.
I can see most of it.
Probably helps us to kill it.
It does give us a better double if he's not T-line.
Won't do anything with it,
Nope, it won't.
Yep.
Hard mark.
Clean. Hard. Yep. Hard. Take it.
Really important for Team Quebec. They got that guard in a really good spot. It could have been a shade tighter, but it's in a spot that they can bury, and it's tough for Cooey to come around and get it. Keep this high enough, maybe top 8 foot. You go back 8, you might see Cooey chase it at some point because of the curl.
Faut que ça curl, ça aussi. Faut que ça curl, ça aussi.
Curl. There's Martin.
Martin, faut que ça curl.
Top 8. Et parti.
Yep.
Line's good.
Yep.
Okay, toss it.
Come on, hard. Hard.
Go, Jam, go.
Regarde-moi ça quand je fais travailler ça.
Sweet. Good sweet.
I like the peel, guys.
It's in a pretty good spot if he ever does anything here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great chase spot, too. It's pretty straight.
Mark Kennedy.
Yep.
Nova Scotia scored 3, Kathy, in the 9th to take the 2-point lead, but Ontario has a chance to force the extra.
They certainly do. Good use of guards early. It led to an opportunity for a draw for 2. Jamie Murphy electing to hit the open one on his final stone rather than flirt with a jam.
You're on it.
Needs 8 foot for the 2.
You're on it.
17th Brier appearance for Glenn Howard, and he'll make no mistake, and they will go one more, tied at 5.
There you go, Glenn. Nice job, guys.
Frappe, il roule là, là, après ça, prendre le 2, il va être tough.
Ouais. Peux-tu passer pour 3? Si jamais il arrête un double là.
Ça, l'affaire, faut pas tirer le back 8. Si tu vas, d'après moi, si tu vas comme back bouton, il essaye le double. Il essaye-tu le double?
Ben.
Il doit pas sa sienne, right? For sure.
Ouais.
Ouais, puis si on est là.
Si on est là, c'est en Cadillac. Ça, c'est sûr, parce qu'il n'y a pas de double.
Si on est où?
C'est pour ça qu'il a pilé là, parce qu'il a dit s'il frappe ça, j'ai un double.
Oh, ouais,
mais si tu vois ce bord-là, il faut que tu sois en angle en dedans.
Ouais,
tout.
il est tough à mettre, right?
Oui, il est tough à mettre.
Mais tu sais?
Non, il parle de corner freeze là. C'est un dixième. Aussi, jamais là, il joue.
On est mort, ouais. On va qu'on prenne une chance, un dernier garde.
T'es rendu à 4, oui.
Il en reste une à Martin,
il en
pour
reste
ça.
3, là.
Il en reste 5. Moi, je pense que je fais le toe back forward, là.
Obviously, the take would put it possibly in this area, and there's a across the sheet double for either Mark or Kevin. You could freeze in there. They talked about that. You'd like to freeze maybe on the inside and have it killed, but how do you get there, Cheryl? The freeze is going to curl so much that it might end up doing that type of thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's really tough to get there. You'd have to come, honestly, with the out turn, but they haven't been out that far.
Yeah, that would be a uneducated guess that far.
Completely.
Hitting doesn't make any sense at all. Just go around the center, or maybe even guard that corner they have. Yeah, they're going around the center.
They are.
More separation here. I like that. The freeze is a harder shot, isn't it? Especially when you've got the firepower Team Canada has.
It's put down?
Yeah.
Room! Good weight! Lots of room!
Qu'est-ce que freeze?
Go!
Now!
Go, 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 go!
Quoi tu veux?
Whoa!
Stop.
Whoa!
Stop.
Okay.
They don't wrap it around.
Good sweep.
C'est un peu down. Good sweep.
What? Or hit and roll in there.
What do you
No?
think?
You ever hit and stay?
What?
Do you hit and stay?
On this one? It's in a good spot then.
Or you hit and roll off this one.
As long as I don't stay.
What are you seeing? Here.
Control?
Dead on's really nice because it's hard for Ménard to get underneath it, and you can raise this up if there's something behind it later.
Like this, don't you?
You just don't want to roll to a spot that you hook those red ones.
Right. Sit right there, or even roll out a little bit.
Whoa!
These are the ones that hit a dead on, sounds great, but if all of a sudden you're a little bit on the inside here, they're in trouble.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Mark didn't overthrow that either. It came in really straight.
Poker straight there.
Comme ça?
Same shot?
Parce que oui.
Oui.
Il y a 9 3 quarts.
Oh, ouais. Il est rendu là.
Good way.
Il y en a
plus. De plus, on va faire embarquer autant.
De la place en masse, boys. Patient à la ligne si vous êtes capable.
Faut que ça cure.
Patient, Éric premier.
Laisse-moi là, faut que ça cure.
T-line!
Le weak!
Yep!
Yep!
Yep! D-line!
Un peu plus! Ménard, Ménard! Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go!
OK, fair enough.
C'est bon. C'est bon.
C'est bon. Et moi, il fallait qu'il embarque à la
Bump it
fin.
out right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unless you peel this one now. Play that now, because this one's open.
Well, or you play this one right now, too.
That one?
No,
No,
the back one.
Yeah. Yeah, those are your 2 shots.
What do you like, Fife?
What do you have of it, though? Not in one.
A slash doubles there on the right-hand high yellow.
What, say I play this and miss it, what's he doing? He's playing that?
Probably playing the hit and roll
He has
over.
to play the hit and roll. I
Yeah,
think.
you got half
Then you're
the
playing
rock.
the race. The only thing to think of here that's bad, if you play the double and nut it buried. What
Well,
happens?
if you miss the double, though, he comes in again.
Mark, what's he doing if you chase it? Like if you chase it?
Hey, I
Just
just got to make a
like
plan.
this?
Here's
Yeah,
why.
just no, just even right nose right there.
And we
Is he
gotta
freezing to it?
Or
Or
just, like, it's probably just enough to
and
kill
then you're
it,
gonna have
right?
this
It too.
blast.
Sure.
You want to kill
The
it.
worst he gets is his
Hey,
deuce.
Just enough to kill it? Like sit 2,
Yeah, I think that's a shot.
sit there.
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my 8.
Is it important to sit
Yeah,
too,
even if
or
you
no?
roll a little this way, it's not the worst. Makes his freeze tougher.
Well, he might play the double on you.
What are we doing
but
if we nose and he freezes?
Man, we got to be quick.
I don't want to nose. I want to roll to here.
We're not.
Ideally.
Wait, as long as you get between the reds, the yellow's gone.
Yeah, I just think I see it easiest with that weight, and then you just roll it out.
Kill the red, Cheryl. You're going to play the scoreboard here. You cannot give up 3. I like what Scott Pfeiffer said. Kill that rocker. You don't really care where this rolls. Team Ménard's going to have to make a play on that red one at some point. You might have a double to win the game, but do not give up 3 here.
Hack, Mark.
You can see a fair bit of this back
roll,
one.
though. He's playing the double. I guess I have
okay,
the
though.
double
You have the
back.
double back. Throw a good one, Kev.
They
Like
watched
that
Marks
stick?
come in
Yeah.
here.
Marks didn't curl very much here.
Good. Room.
Easy, easy.
Don't see this wrecking on the top
Clean.
one.
Whoa.
Kevin Cooey in his first skip
Just
step.
to the hack.
Here in
No.
10, Quebec with last rock.
Just to the hack.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Going
Hard. Harder.
And now trying to roll it away a little bit.
Delicate shot there, well played.
Rolled enough. That's big. Not giving the freeze. Good shot, Kev.
It's a 2-point game, so where do you look for those 2 points? Ah, yes, the fourth. The steal given up by Quebec, and then, of course, wonderful draw by Cooey in 9 to pick up a pair, 7-5. And the difference in the game, Jean-Michel Ménard, despite not really having a good feel for it, finds himself only 2 points down. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
S'il frappe sur le nez, j'ai peut-être une chance de faire bang, la sortir par-dessus, puis on prend 3.
Je suis ouvert. Les deux câbles sont bons, je suis ouvert aux deux.
Ça, c'est tough, par exemple.
Le draw, oui. Le draw, il est
Les
pas.
chansons, je vais overcurler.
Overcurler.
Si tu whip puis tu viens ici, c'est pas mauvais non plus.
Ouais, plus facile.
Ouais,
ça.
on n'est pas proche.
On a un petit peu de jeu avec le hit. Le
Ouais.
draw, il n'y a pas de jeu.
Ouais.
Un espèce de petit bumper comme j'ai lancé il y a 2 bouts.
OK. Juste bump.
Hit roll buried, Cheryl. You can stay on top of the reds, not bad. You can poke it out on the right-hand side, half a rock.
Yeah, I think either or works.
Yeah, and then you could bring that yellow rock into play. There's still a chance for a 3 here.
Oh, il y a les juste même genre de weight j'ai lancé il y a 2 bouts.
Just
là.
we've seen so much come in straight,
Petit
not
bumper
curl
pour
here.
deux.
Even they had to really jump on Cooey's last one to get it to finish. Can't overthrow this.
Similar weight to Kevin's, I'm guessing, like a soft board.
Good way.
Yep.
Jean-Michel Ménard. Sylvain. Philippe Ménard. Now it's all about this as this crowd responds to another game. It's about communication. And maybe they lost it just because of that crowd noise.
Well, they hollered on it pretty quick out of his hand, so I thought maybe tight, but doesn't jump there.
Two choices, soft weight again. Kevin just threw it, hit and roll here, and you're probably a winner. But this is guaranteed a winner if you can kick this across here. Thin double, maybe a third of a rock. Right up Kevin Cooey's wheelhouse.
Yeah, he's been itching to play these shots all game.
He said earlier, we get rid of the guard. Wherever they put theirs, I'll have a shot at a double here.
45 seconds, bud.
Lots of time, Kev. Chance to run them out of stones. Kevin Cooey, defending champion.
Right off!
In his opener here at this year's
Right
Tim Hortons Brier. Hit
Right
right
off!
off. Got one.
Yeah!
Oh, and you got two. And that'll end it.
Good luck. Thanks, Mark. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Cooey and the team from the Glencoe Club in Calgary will pick an opening draw win over Jean-Michel Ménard. Make the final 7-5. So a win by Cooey on this first Saturday night.
Thanks, Pierre. Good luck. Have a good week. Thanks, Pierre. Hey, Coach. Have a good week. Thanks, Coach. Good luck, Pierre. Good battle, boys. Yeah, great.
Next up for Team Canada is tomorrow against Northern Ontario and Brad Jacobs. Meanwhile, we'll go right next door to the game between Ontario and Nova Scotia.
Hard.
As they play in this extra of a 5-5 tie. And Kathy, Nova Scotia does have last rock playing the Yellowstone.
And it was a brilliant triple by Nova Scotia second Scott Zachary that really opened things up and moved stones out of the house and really has put Nova Scotia in a much better place than they were.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Whoa. Whoa.
Come on.
Oh, he jammed it. Now it did pop out.
But it's so close to the pin. Oh, man. Takes away the upturned side, Vic.
He was there. I don't know if you want to be halfway.
That's got to be ballpark.
After a triple.
Like kind of like tightish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to run it, though.
Yeah, if you're halfway, he's playing the top.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like last time, Glenn. You do still have to sort of be there.
You got to be there, yeah.
A little bit. It's not too bad, though.
All right. So this game we didn't think would even get this far, that maybe the Territories would run out of stones, but this is the final rock with some 33 seconds remaining for Jamie Cooey.
And he needs to get to the face of a stone and tap it back to bring the second shot into play.
Brad Choroskowski, Robert Borden on the brush. Can they get to that red stone and push it back?
Hard, Gomer. Hard.
And not quite far enough. It will be a win for New Brunswick. As Mike Kennedy from the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton will win it 6-5.
Glenn's guard, he didn't want it quite this tight, but line, they had to go just to get it so they didn't leave a hole.
You saw Jamie Cooey slow down a bit. They misbrushed it. It's getting a little bit soggy in the center. We always call it a fudgy area down that middle. And the front end for Team Howard yelled it was a little slower there, and Glenn threw it hard.
Gave it that little extra, and then it didn't curl. They had to go on it to get it to move.
Not an easy double when you're running in the wrong color, but it's there.
Jamie Murphy out of the Halifax Curling Club. His first in a third Brier appearance. Run it back, and he'll run it by.
Got to make contact on those.
Oh, I think they thought they had it.
Two horrible results on both those. Still buried.
Call timeout. Yeah.
Timeout's being called by Team Ontario.
Think you give them the draw?
There's two options, I think, eh?
Well, if I ever tuck a piece,
you
I
can
don't
tuck
think
a
he
piece.
has a shot.
Get the run double.
I have to run double, right?
I think if we make the guard, he's going to draw, and then we take our chances, or do you try to do something perfect?
As a Spencer.
What if I go right here? What if I corner freeze to him?
Yeah.
Takes everything away.
There's a few options.
Don't really want to give him a run.
I don't like the corner free. Like,
yeah, if I chisel
so
him.
easy to like mine.
Yeah, I know.
Because I get to throw the same shot again.
We saw a lot of Adam last year with the injury.
I don't want to give him the
Ménard.
run. If I give him the run, he makes it. If it doesn't tuck, he's got the straight on.
Oh, he's got red.
If I guard it, he's got to bite this pin.
Like, are you?
I'm sort of like.
I'm pretty happy with him playing this draw.
Yeah, oh, it gets there.
If you could place it, you put it right there.
Saw Adam play with Gushu this year as well.
That's right. He's been the super sub, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Could lock it out right on top.
Well, that means we got a few. We got a few spots.
Right on there?
We got there.
I think we go in.
Do you? Okay.
Don't hate it.
Okay.
He can even go right in this way and force him to play a run double.
So, what did we
I
swept
kind of like
to
where
there, that
Glenn,
you just drove
like
four,
top 12, top.
Yep.
Same ice?
Same ice. Oh, you need a hair more.
You know, if it stops here, okay.
Yeah.
Line's the key here.
Yeah. Glenn there or more?
Top 8, right there.
You can be short and hook an inch. You can be top 12 and hook an inch. You can be top 8 foot and hook an inch. Long. Then there's no raises other than that extremely long yellow.
4 feet more. I swept it quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, what a bad break by Jamie Murphy. If that curls a eyelash more, he kicks that out of the rings.
So top 12?
Yeah.
Now at 54 years of age, the oldest player in the field.
It's good.
Clean
it.
Glenn Howard and his
final
stone here in this extra.
Yes.
Pardon me.
Hard. How's the weight?
Son
We're
Scott.
light. We're light. Whoa.
David Mathers.
Whoa.
Richard Hart calling
Lock it
line.
on. Whoa. It's not. There's no
Whoa.
Lock it on.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the draw there
you had
for
more.
the pin?
So did I.
I think it is. I think it is now, but that fudged on them a bit. So what's this one going to do?
Dead draw.
Not a lot of backing. I don't think you can move that red one too much, Cheryl. You'd have to have incredibly good line. So it's just about a straight draw.
That's what I
To the side of the pin.
Here more. It just went. It sort of jumped and went across.
Which is obviously hard because it's a win or a loss. B, it's the 11th end when the ice is getting a little bit more unpredictable.
He's there. He's definitely there. I know.
80-85, eh?
Yeah, 80. 80.
What a day it's been for Nova Scotia and Jamie Murphy of Halifax. Won that last chance tiebreaker over Yukon to qualify.
Line's good.
Put himself into the field of 12. And now he has a chance. If they can draw the pinhole, they can pick up the win in this extra against Ontario. Scott Zachary, Phil Crowell. This is a big carry, boys. This is a huge carry, fellas. Can you make something happen here? What a shot!
What a shot.
What a day. For a 6-5 win, Nova Scotia. That last rock of Glenn Howard's fudging a little bit, over curling, not able to block the path, and he puts it right on the pin. So one day is now complete here at this Tim Hortons Brier. There you see the winners. On the other side, the first game losers. Tomorrow is a 3-draw day. Kathy Brine will be with you at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Brad Guju back on the ice. Mike McEwen, his opposition out of Manitoba. Both of them picking up wins on the opening draw earlier today. Brier Bear, the opening ceremonies, a wonderful day. What we expect to be a memorable Tim Hortons Brier from St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador, and all right here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.